Early Z's, baby. I was ready. I was ready right on time. I noticed I needed to clip my fingernails. I had a moment of panic there. I had a slight moment of panic. But it's all good now. Look, we got the chimeras. We got the ring right there. No ban, baby. No ban. No ban. Confirmed. We got Keithera. In the ring. No ban. Get over there. No ban. No ban. The Dragon Lord is coming. The Dragon Lord's coming. All right, who do we got here? Oh, Fred Nizer. Is it time yet? I got 3. Oh, yeah, I did have 3 minutes at 9:27. I got distracted. There's people in Discord messing around. Look at this prime lighting we got tonight. We got an overhead cam tonight. We're gonna have Mil2 Med. What's up, dude? Thanks for consolidating the Veblen goods. History of goods. All right, we're gonna need. All right, we're gonna. It's a scumbag. Damn it! It's distracting me. Oh yeah, there was a there was a sale that went live, guys. It was a little distracting. It caused me to be late. I was right on time otherwise. All right, we're gonna need one of those. We're gonna need one of these extra cameras. One of those. Oh wait. One of those. Oh shit. How do you work these cameras? It's been a while, guys. All right, hang on a second. Maybe we got to do this. And then it doesn't have to be like that, does it? How about like that? Look. All right. Oh, wait a minute. All right, hang on a second here, guys. We got one of those. Then I could do one of these. Oh, there we go. All right, so we could do that. And we can do some of that. That's going to work out. We got a few wheels. I should probably get off Facebook. It's a little dangerous. You never know what people might say. It's throwing me off, dude. Ramses Gutierrez. What's up? Josh McBroom. Let's get this party going. Yeah, Kel Scythe. Smash the button. You gotta like the video. You gotta comment on it every once in a while. You know, commenting helps. Oh, the Chase Collectibles. The Simp Lord is in the house. Oh man, you're gonna get me in trouble. I'm not allowed to call you a Simp Lord. It's a banned phrase. It's controversial. All right, so what do we got here? We got 2 alpha boxes. We just sold the Raised Dead. Was the original painting? I'm saying a prayer right here, guys. I'm praying for you, Kyle. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about you. All right, so let me say a few words here. I got to stop looking at Itza calling for that ban. It's really a mind f. It's not putting me in a healthy mental state here. It's not helpful. It's not helpful at all. How's the microphone? Is that actually working? I didn't actually check the settings, but at least it's in my face. The other day was across the room. You couldn't hear a thing. All right, so we got 2 alpha boxes. We're going to open those. We got a list of names here, which I need to put on those little card things. We got a painting here. The whole room is flooded with boxes from the kids going ape shit around here. So where's my white tabby things? Let me see. I got my white tabby things. We got, how many people are in on this action tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me see. Do I have any unmarked cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's a blank one. It's a little dusty, though. All right, so we got 6 in on the break. And we're going to have one. Why do I have 3 wheels? One wheel is for the break. 2 wheels are for giveaways. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to talk about playmats. I should have wrote down the agenda. Alpha giveaways. Oh. Yeah, we got a couple paintings we're going to show. We're going to show an artist proof. And then after the two alpha, that's the intro stuff. Intro, alpha, the outro is going to be talking about things. So I asked for topics. I got 0 topics. I think I got 1 topic. It was about, what the hell was it about? It had something to do with beta, maybe? What was the topic? Festos. Was it you that asked for the topic? I think it was Festos. Was it in Patreon? You said something about, like, beta waves or something? Something like that. Right? I mean, I could go look it up, I guess. What the hell's wrong with this thing? I clipped the nails. I got no nail help now. I can't get this. Where were the giveaways? I missed them both. Yeah, that's because you're not on Facebook. Every other 12-year-old I know is on Facebook. I don't know what your problem is. You got to get a clue there, pal. All your buddies are on the book. Oh, no, actually, that's right. You said the book is for old men. That explains it. I actually got that backwards. You're probably on, what are the kids playing with these days? Dingleberry? Dingleberry.com? 1, 2, oh, shit. It's on dingleberry.com with his tween buddies. All right, what am I even talking about here? All right, so we got some Playmat discussion too. How do you not have this shit pre-labeled? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's because you guys were talking about some heat in the Collector Arthouse Discord, and and then it was like 9:29. I was like, all right, I'm good. Then I looked down at my fingernails, and they were getting a little long. You know, they can't show up to the live with long nails. So I did the right thing. I was still within the 15-minute window of starting at start time plus 15. And here we are. WTF is this boomer giving away? He's here only for the giveaway. Oh, wait. Not for the entertainment. You can tell Mike comes prepared. Yep, that's right, I do. Because I knew exactly what was going down. I mean, I had to summarize it anyway. I might as well multitask. Clip all of them except the pinky nail. You're right. All right. So I think we got 6 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. That's going to be our dividers. That is our label maker. All right, so we got the box. What should I show first here? All right, so I do have a slideshow presentation. It's only one slide, but all right, so this is what's happening, guys. So we have, let me do one of these. All right, we got Axe Tool. I guess we got a keyboard that I bought in like 1965, I think it was. Hang on. So we're going to zoom here. Half the people left already. They're like, no giveaway? Fingernail clipping talk? I'm out of here. All right, so tonight this weekend, the featured weekend auction from Brian Smith is an elite relic of diabolic affliction. At the end of each turn, the controller of Devil's Egg the controller of Devil's Egg Sight loses 1 life. So let me. So look, the Devil's Egg, as legend has it, in foil version in alpha is short printed. The artist proof is regular printed, which by definition is more or less short printed because there are only 29 of these, right? There was 25 given to Brian Smith, and then there were 4 given to the Avatar of the Realm backers, the top backers. So 1 to me, 3 to some other schlubs, right? But this one was a Brian Smith one, and we have the Death Dealer, the Shadowed Slayer, who lays all mortals to waste. And here he is, holding a skull. You know, he carries that little, like, those little teddy bear with him. And then he's got this, like, pile of wasted, absolutely destroyed, massacred Kyle's, more or less. That's what it is. It's more or less Kyle. This is usually what happens with Kyle. You know? It's like a one-to-many. Kyle shows up with all his buddies. Debt dealer, me, shows up, embarrasses him in front of all his friends. You hate to see it, but it's usually how it goes. The Devil's Egg, all right? So this starts tonight at Sorcery Contested Realm Community Facebook group, and it ends Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, that's when the magic happens. We're going to have the featured painting, original painting of the week. So we got 2 paintings coming this week. One is going to run from Sunday, maybe Saturday, but probably Sunday. I could start it tomorrow, but I think I might start it Sunday, let's say. And it's going to run till Friday, no matter what, right? Either Saturday, Friday, Sunday to Friday. It depends how I'm feeling tomorrow. I got to get pictures of it. I have to get a video of it, so probably Sunday. Let's say Sunday to Friday. And then on Wednesday, this is a hot one. The Sunday to Friday is pretty hot. So it's probably going to get some early heat. And then a few days in, some people might be feeling priced out or concerned. And then we'll have another one. There'll be a redemption. I guess you could call it a redemption auction. Now, there'll be another great painting coming probably Wednesday night. And we will run that until Sunday. We're gonna talk about the playmats actually in a minute. You know what? Let's talk about playmats before I show the paintings, because I did tell some people to come at the start to hear what's going on with the playmats. All right, so we had 6 playmats that were produced, right? We had 3 single player. We had 3. All right, Kyle, don't talk, man. It's too distracting. Don't talk to me. 3 single player playmats, 3 2-player playmats. And then we had the one with the Phyllis Stone logo in the middle. So we had the Philosopher's Stone as like this, with just like the original art, no logo. Then we had the Philosopher's Stone with my logo in 2-player and 1-player variants. So like this, 2-player, like this, no logo, single player. 2-player with the logo, big Collector Arthouse, says Collector Arthouse, and a single player with Collector Arthouse. Then, in single player and in 2-player, we had the Bower of Bliss, I already covered Philosopher's Stone. Bower of Bliss and Keythera Mechanism, right? So 3 variants, 3 artworks. The Phyllis Stone comes in 2 different variants. So we did a pre-order. I talked about this. The first print, so I got sample prints from the vendors. 2 vendors, actually. And with the second vendor, the one vendor, they shipped them to me like this, right? This is the one, and these all come wrapped, the ones with my logo inside, both the single player and the 2-player. They're going to come in as plastic wrap. The other one's not plastic wrap, but I will wrap them in paper, and then in the long box, I send it to you, right? So this is the one that has my logo in it. No problem with these. These look great. I just sent one to, what is it? Flick of the Light or something like that? Light of the Trickle of the Light? Some kind of light thing, this guy's name. I can't remember it. I sent him one because he only ordered the one with my logo, so there's no issue with that. The other ones, the samples were phenomenal, right? But when they sent me the full print run of them, there was wide deviance from the samples. And I was like, what is this? Like, I advertised a certain look. I got to deliver on that look, right? So I talked to the vendor. They were very gracious about it. And they said, yes, you're right. That's outside of normal tolerance. Ironically, some people really loved it. My family loved it. And showed some people on the internet. And I actually sent them to Severin. At first, she was like, yeah, I don't know. They look pretty different than the ones we got the samples of. And I was like, yeah, they do. But now I'm hearing like some people, like the Keythera, for example, the sky is a much deeper, darker blue. But then the gold kind of pops against it. So in some ways, that's kind of cool, right? So what happened was I reached out to the company that produced them, and I said, like, I got to deliver on what I advertised for the pre-order. And they agreed, and they're like, yes, you're right. They're very apologetic, and they're like, we're going to make this right. Don't worry. We'll do a reprint of the entire print run, and we'll send you what they said they would do is expedite a batch of those, like a new batch of samples. so I could have confidence that it does look like the samples that they had sent me, and then they'll send me the full rest of the print run. They'll execute the rest of the print run. So we're probably like a few weeks away from all that going down, I assume. I don't know. I emailed the guy today. He responded right away, and he was like, yes, that's expedited. I heard that's in production. We're going to get you those samples back out as soon as possible, and then we'll get you the rest of the print run once you're satisfied that they look like, like the samples like you were expecting. So the thought I had was, so I was like, what am I gonna do with this first print run, right? So I talked to Severin, and I was like, look, at the end of the day, you got to be happy that it's representative of your art, and you think it's a quality product, and you're happy to send it out. And initially she was like, I don't know, it does look pretty different. Maybe we'll just throw them all out, And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, you got to be satisfied. If that's what you want to do, I 100% support that. But I was like, before we do, I'm just going to send you like a copy of all of them, like the 3 single player and the 3 double player mats. So I did that. And then she got them a few days later, even shipping to France. It was super fast, amazingly. And she was like, Mike, actually they're not bad at all. Like, I kind of like it. So, whatever you'd like to do, because I told her, I was like, we could do all kinds of things. We could have another, second order window. I could do giveaways. I can do, promotional stuff, support events. So I plan to do like all of the above, right? But the thought I had, like, what do I do for the people that pre-ordered and they've been waiting all this time? So I wanted to offer something to those people. Because they've been waiting. I told them, I caveated in the pre-order. I said, if you guys pre-order this stuff, just understand it could take a few months, because there's the timeline of production is freaking wild card when you're working with these Playmat producers. And now stuff's just like pure chaos with tariffs and all this stuff. I think people are rushing to get orders in ahead of the tariffs. Even like I'm using a printer that prints in the U.S., but a lot of these printers in the U.S., they still get the raw materials and the supplies from other countries, and some in China or other countries, right? So the raw materials get tariffs coming in. So things are just like pure madness right now. But anyway, that's the deal I worked out with the manufacturer. They're going to send me a new batch, and I'm going to allow the people that pre-ordered to pick between the two. I'm going to show pictures and videos of the 2 variants. You can pick which variant is your favorite look, and that's what you're going to get from the pre-order. In addition to that, this is what I structured. This is what I came up with to also offer for... Oh, shit. I don't think that worked right, guys. Let me try. Okay. All right. This is what... All right, this is how it's going to work, guys. So for Playmat pricing, this is for... The pre-orders, I'm going to fulfill the pre-orders, right? As is. You're going to choose between variant A or variant B. Print wave 1 or print wave 2. Additionally, if you would like to add an additional 1-player playmat, what I will do... So I'll give you that option. You could add 1 additional 1-player playmat, and the price will be discounted. To qualify for this, you have to be an existing Patreon member, and you have to have bought into the pre-order. So this only applies, this first scenario, for people that bought through the pre-order. If you pre-ordered and you were one of the paid tier Patreon members, then you will get you can add 1 additional single-player playmat for a discount equivalent to the pledge tier that you're at. So there's people all the way from $5 to $10, $15, $20. I have a $25, $40 tier, and $70 or $75 and $100 tier. So if you're at the $20 tier, pledge tier, and you bought into the pre-order, you can buy the single player mat for the same pre-order purchase price minus $20. If you're in the $40 tier, it's the price minus $40, which, if I'm not mistaken, is basically free at that point. So, it's kind of a no-brainer. Just tell me which one you want to add, and you add it. If you're at the $5 and $10 tier, whatever, 15, maybe you have more of a decision to make because it's additional cost for you, but it'll be like super cheap to add an additional 1-player mat, essentially. So the way you had to order initially in the pre-orders, you had to join the Patreon at least at the free tier level. So if you were at the free tier and not at a paid tier, then you didn't qualify for the discount. You paid the full price. It's kind of weird. Like, a lot of people did that. I don't know why you wouldn't just sign up for the Patreon. You would have saved money, but I don't know. People have their reasons, right? So if you were at the free tier when you pre-ordered, then you get the same offer as the first option if you sign up at a paid tier. So if you want to sign up for the Patreon at the $10, $20 level, you get a $10 or $20 discount if you want to add an additional playmat. And the incentive there, you sign up for the Patreon, see if you like it. Hopefully you don't quit after 1 month. Hopefully you do like it and stick around. But that's an incentive to try it out and see what you think. And then what's going to happen for people that were not part... These guys are... I will publish this in a Patreon post. I know it's complicated. I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain it the best I can. I'll recap. All right, just let me get through it. All right, so if you did not buy into the pre-order, I'm getting messages from people. I'm like, Mike, I'm seeing these pictures. You know, you're posting in a Discord, Facebook, and I want to buy a playmat. What are you going to do? Like, you going to sell more? And I was like, yes. But there's people that pre-ordered, they got a discount, and they've been waiting, you know, for a couple months now. And they might be waiting for another month or longer, who knows, until they finally get it, right? So given that they waited, I'm going to give them this additional incentive if they want to claim another playmat. But for those that were not part of the pre-order, if you are not a paid tier Patreon member, the price is going to be $5 more per playmat, just to be fair to people that pre-ordered and had to wait all this time. You know, you're not going to get the pre-order pricing. If you, let's see, what did I say here? Any new Patreon paid tier sign up will get the original list pricing without Patreon pre-order discount. Right. All right. So if you're going to order in Wave 2, all the pricing is $5 more. If you sign up for the Patreon, I will waive that additional $5. But you won't get the Patreon, you won't get the discounted price that the patrons got when they pre-ordered, right? So it's going to be like $5 more. I think I offered a $5 discount to all paid tier patrons on the Wave 1. So I'll break this down so you know the exact price. All right? I should have had the prices here. I know it's complicated. It's tricky. It's tricky. All right, so the free tier Patreon pricing will be $5 more, right? So if you don't want to save up for the Patreon, if you don't want to sign up for the Patreon, you just join at the free tier so you could place your order. That's how I take orders through the Patreon. And it's going to be $5 more than the pre-order price was. All right? If you want to save that $5, basically what I'm saying is you sign up for Patreon and you'll save that $5. All right. So recap. Once again, listen close here. All right? I'm going to be very clear about this. The first two bullets are for people who bought in the pre-order window. When you bought in the pre-order window, if you were a paid tier Patreon member, you can add an additional single player playmat discounted by your pledge tier level. So if you're at the $20 pledge tier level and you bought in a play order, you can add another single player mat for the single player mat price minus $20. Same for if you're at $10 tier, minus $10. If you're at $40 tier, minus $40. Next bullet, number 2. Scenario 2. You were a free tier Patreon member. So basically you weren't part of the Patreon at a paid level. But you bought into the paid order. If you now sign up for Patreon at the paid tier levels, you can qualify for this discount. You can add one additional single player playmat to your order, and it'll be discounted by the cost of the tier you sign up for, right? So it's almost like a free trial for a month. And then if you want to be a little floozy and leave after a month, then you jerked me around on that one. I got to take the L, right? I take the L. If you like the Patreon, maybe you stick around, all right? And that'd be great. I appreciate that. And maybe enjoy some other future deals because we're always doing like stuff, you know? A lot of artist collaborations and offers and priority, offers, exclusive Patreon offers, discounted pricing type things like this on artist collaborations. And then the second wave, basically everything's going to cost $5 more. However, if you sign up for the Patreon, you'll save $5. All right. What are the questions here? What are the questions? Realmbound has to privately message me. Festos doubles down. He's like, yeah, I don't understand any of this. Did anyone else? All right, we're not talking about Rudy Welter, right? Just sign up for the Patreon. Don't be a cheapskate. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, there you just go and sign up for the Patreon right now, basically. If you want to get the playmats at the cheapest possible price when the new wave comes in, you just sign up for the Patreon, all right? Then all this confusion goes away, and you get the best deal. All right, Easy 5 Display says, how soon do we have to reply to this new... How soon do we have to reply to this new playmat order? I don't read good, guys. And then these other people comment, skips around. I read worse. I just read worse and worse. How soon do we have to reply to this new playmat order? All right, so this is what's going to happen, guys. I'm going to get the new samples, right? They're going to expedite these samples of the second print. I'm going to get them. I'm going to take a picture of the original print. I'm going to take a picture of the second print. I'm going to take a video of the first print. I'm going to take a video of the second print. I'm going to post this in Patreon. I'm going to say this is print 1, this is print 2. And then you're going to look at your pre-order. You're going to say, oh yeah, I did order one of every variant, right? I ordered every one of the 3 single-player mats and every one of the 3 double-player mats, or whatever you did, right? You're going to look at what you ordered. And then you're going to respond to this post when I post the pictures and the videos. And I'm going to give you instructions. It's going to be very clear because it's going to be all written down. You won't have some Gindaloon, like stumbling over himself on live TV. It's going to be very simple. And then you're going to say, I want print 1 or I want print 2 of each of the different playmats that you ordered. If I don't hear from you, you're going to get print 2 because that's going to be the closest resemblance of the samples that was advertised at the time of the pre-order sale. But some people might like the other one better. So you chime in, and then you're going to have a choice. And it's the instructions for adding an additional single-player playmat are going to be in there as well at this pricing. And it's going to be an accounting nightmare for me, This is going to be a logistical accounting nightmare. However, I think it's a nice added bonus. I'm trying to give back a little bit because you guys had to wait so long, So that's the idea of this, okay? And also make sure that the people that pre-ordered get the best possible deal because you guys, helped with the initial order, helped me gauge the amount of demand, and you've been waiting all this time. All right? That's it. That's basically it. All right? If you don't respond, so listen, to get back to your question, how long do you have? This is what happens. I get the sample mats, I make the post. I take the pictures and the videos, I post it. You decide between that post and then however long it takes for me to get the final order. When the final order comes, I say, hey, window's closed. If you didn't respond, you're getting the second print mat for each of your orders, right? Each of the different variants that you ordered. All right? Then I'm going to fulfill all those orders. And then after that logistical nightmare is done and I'm done filling like 70 orders and shipping all over the world, I'm going to pay Severin. And then I'm going to cry a little bit. I'm probably going to have to ice my hands and stuff like that, I'm probably going to wear all the skin off of my fingertips from the tape, and just sucking down all that neoprene, I'm probably just going to have to, I don't know, man. It's going to be dicey. I'm going to get through that, though. And then when I recover mentally and physically, I'm going to post a second order window for other people to get on in this action if they'd like to. All right. So what's going on here, guys? Have the kids help you count? All right, yeah. Yeah, you're going to mess it up, Joe. I'm going to just follow the Patreon post, right? If you're in the Patreon, I'm going to put out a notification. You're going to get an email from me, right? Just be watching your emails or your Patreon. When I post in Patreon, it automatically emails you. So you just pay attention to Patreon and or your emails, and you'll be fine. The instruction will be very clear. All right. Only 4 likes I got? Come on, like the video, guys. Please, for the love of God. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subs. I think I'm at 1,900, the low 1,900s though. I gotta earn favor from a lot of people. All right. Dangle says, do I get the discount if I canceled my paid tier after I pre-ordered? I am the one scumbag. You are the one scumbag, actually, Dangle. I think nobody else canceled. I think it was only you that ordered and then canceled. But I'll honor it, I'll honor it. I wrote it down as, you already paid. I'm not going to come chase you for more money. Because you left me like a scumbag. But I probably will talk crazy shit in the Discord on you, though. It probably will. All right. All right, what's going on here? All right, I'm going to show up 3 days later asking, Mike's going to be like, Cho, how do you run a business? I'll be sniffing glue and wiping my boogers on my desktop. It's probably right, Cho. I don't disagree. All right, All right, guys. So that is how the playmat pricing is going to work. It's not that confusing. I don't know why you guys are so confused. I was very clear. I couldn't have been more clear. If you didn't understand, it's on you. I mean, honestly. I mean, what could I do? I got a 3-point bullet presentation here. You know, you could have screenshotted it. You could even watch it back tomorrow. You know, have some coffee, have a little ketamine, whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do. And then focus. Some Addies. Take some Addies. Focus up. Get through it. All right? Just work it out. It's not that bad. I promise you. All right, guys. Pump up those like numbers. Yes. All right. We're 30 minutes in. All I talked about was playmats. All right, so we got like 2 massive paintings coming up this week, guys. What do you guys, let me think here. Do you want to see an alpha painting first that's coming up for auction this coming week? Or do you want to see an Arthurian Legends painting also coming up this week? It's actually, the Arthurian one's kind of cool. I want to see if Simplord Kyle can guess what it is. It's like, let's go, should I go AL first? All right, let's go with the Arthurian. Should I go Arthurian Legends or should I go Alpha? Cho says Alpha. Let's get some votes in here. You want the Alpha painting or do you want the Arthurian Legends painting? You got to vote. See, I didn't know Greg was even watching. Now I know Greg's out there. I baited you guys with a question. Maybe this helps the algorithm. I don't know. How many people comment in the live chat? I don't know. Bower of Bliss. I sold the Bower of Bliss for Severin a few months back at least. Unbelievable painting, guys. Beautiful. You want a Gothic painting? Oh, we got to vote for AL. Okay. We got 3 alphas and an AL. We got another vote for alpha. All right, it looks like alpha's winning out, guys. This is a nice alpha painting. I think this is going to be a big time sale. It is one of the biggest cards in alpha. Easily. It's a big time artist. It's a big time highly meta-relevant card, is what I hear from Kyle. Simplord Kyle. Simply the Lord of Kyle. Actually, Kyle, I heard, who was it? Was it Brandon Renners? Did he call you Keel? Someone called you Keel. Here we go. Is it Keel or is it Kyle? I thought I heard you call yourself Kyle, but I heard some other guy call you Keel. I'm not accepting that. I think it's funnier to say Kyle. I think it's funnier to get Trump to call you Kyle in those meme videos. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know. I could probably get Trump to say Keel if I spell it Keel. It's KL? It's KL. You don't even know what kind of beast you like, man. Seriously. One day it's wolves, other days it's a camel. Elon is your spirit animal. That is true. Elon. All right, guys. So Alpha, it seems like Alpha won. So what? Kyle. KL. Keel. What kind of name is that anyway? What kind of name is that, really? Kylie. Okay, that makes more sense. Kylie. Thanks, Chow. Appreciate that. What is one of the more... All right, so you guys got to guess the artist. There's an artist that I think... what kind of clues should I give you? You got to guess the artist, and then you got to guess, like, what are some of the most... All right, give me what is the most meta-relevant type or category of card in Alpha. That should help narrow it down. It's like a type of card. You understand? It's kind of like... Josh says Alpha. Nah, it's not a type, man. Alpha is not a type. It is a set title. Magic? It's actually not a magic card. You had a 50-50 shot, Bengals, and you still left it up. It's probably because you're a preteen. It's probably because you're a preteen. That's the only logical explanation. Minion Gia? Mingya? You trying to say Mingya? No, it's not a minion. It's not even a minion. Because it's not from the magic spell deck, guys. This is a site. It's an Atlas site, all right? It's an Atlas site. Does that help? Now what kind of type within the Atlas sites? Mortal, he says. Demon? Atlas site. Do you understand? Have you ever played this game, Dangles? Where you don't play the game? What kind of degenerate are you? Oh, Mirror Realm. Roots. Guys, I said it's a type. Oh, dual, says it's a. Getting warmer here. Alice Thorne? Listen, guys. Apple stock 2005 is your clue. And, of course, it's Itza that gets it right. So it's a dual site, guys. It's a dual site. Now, what are the artists that did dual sites? It's a dual site, guys. It's a dual site from Alpha. Windmill is not an artist name, Festos. Come on, man. Focus. Yeah, you guys are a mess tonight. Martha is not a type. Oasis is not a type. Martha, again, is not a type. Marta, Jeff, and Elvira are not types. You guys are helpless. All right, when I show it to you upside down and you gauge the size of this piece, you'll know. You might also know because it has a signature on it. No, I didn't say artist, man. I did not say artist. I said a type. Oh, shit. You guys are heating up. All right, wait a second. How do I do this? I got to cover the signature. All right, here's the piece, guys. Can you guess based on size? I didn't say artist. I never said artist, Kyle. You don't even know what your name is. You don't know what your favorite animal is. I did not say artist. Aqueduct is not a type. All right, you guys are helpless. All right, you guys ready for this? Cho. Big boy Cho. There it is, amigos. How about that one? Absolutely epic. One of the monsters of Alpha by none other than Dan Seagrave. Let me clear off. Let me clear my palette here of this noise here in the background. Dan Seagrave. The Alpha Dual Site Ruins by Dan Seagrave. Massive, massive piece. Dan Seagrave, 2021. Ruins, Dual Site, Sorcery, TCG Alpha. Opening bid from Itza, $4,000. No problem. The dual, if the tri-site from Arthurian Legends, which has boxes in the warehouse up to your eyeballs, according to some out there, is Apple stock in 2005, then what is the Dan Seagrave Ruins from Alpha with 29,000 boxes and the original dual sites from Alpha? What is that? What is that? NVIDIA pre-COVID? Crypto? Crypto 2005? Maybe it's Crypto 2005. This might be Crypto 2005. This is the WoW package of this is like a Rudy WoW offer where you get 2 cases of Arthurian Legends plus a rando card of common or uncommon rarity. This is the real deal. There's less AL now with the Rudy cell. It's all about numbers. 7,500 minimum says it's a. I don't know. You just opened at 4. We're halfway home. All right. What's Dangle say? Imagine if you put a Charizard in there, dude. No one gives a shit about the Charizard or that goofy ass dragon from that children's card game that you're talking about all the time. No one cares about that. This is an original painting. Don't even say the C word again. I'm going to turn off the camera. You're going to have to listen to my voice. I'm going to tell you about the Playmat breakdown again. You mentioned that C word again. Yeah, nobody wants that Charizard. Nobody. If you could have a first edition of that goofy red dragon or the Dan Seagrave dual site, what would it be? All right. A first edition Charizard or I explained to you the Playmat offer one more time. What are you going to choose? I would listen to the Playmat offer. What am I going to do with that goofy dragon toy? You know? You guys are wild. All right. Seagrave right there. There he is. He's about a stone. A stone's throw away right there. Charizard, if you're being honest. Cho, you're a sleazy investor. It's got to be worth like $1 billion. Nah, no, it's not worth nothing. I'm gonna buy that painting and pay someone to paint a Charizard over it. That is absolute sacrilege. You should be ashamed of yourself. Should be absolutely ashamed there, Dangles. There it is, guys. Mr. Dan Seagrave. Ruins. Monster. I've been waiting on that one. I've been holding out. All right, so what should we do? Should we break some alpha? We're 40 minutes in. We could break alpha, or we can see one more painting. Alpha cards, or one more painting that's coming up this week. Which one? Start voting. I'm going to start drinking water. I think I might be getting a cold. It might be allergies. It's hard to say. Painting. No one cares about cards on this channel. Painting, painting, painting. That's all they say. You are now filthy casual. You are now Chozard. Choizard. I know, man. Choizard is choosing that over the Seagrave painting. I don't know, Cho. That's some poor judgment there, man. This is Bush League judgment. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, Timbo Slice. Timbo wants the cards over the painting. Chozard. Alright. Get through this obstacle course. Alright, guys. Listen. I'm going to have to zoom out for this one. Alright, what is a card? What is like... what is one of the most used cards? I'm just getting warmed up, Jimmy. Jimmy, did you hear my bit about the playmats? I can give you a playmat pricing breakdown if you're just catching up. Anybody need to hear the playmat situation? We got a few minutes here. I got a PowerPoint slide right here. It's no problem. We could hold off on the painting, go right to the slide. You sure? No one's talking. Don't leave it up to me. I will decide. Fuck the painting. Let's hear about the playmat logistics. All right, guys. You're going to have to rewind that back, Jimmy. I had a great speech about the what's going on with the playmats and the new pricing offer. All right. All right, listen, guys. I had a PowerPoint slide, Jimmy. It was impressive. It said playmat pricing at the top, and then I explained it for about 25 minutes, and everybody didn't know what the hell was going on. They were just totally flustered. All right, so the next painting coming up. Oh, Jimmy, did you see this one? Jimmy, look at this. I know you were bidding on the Raised Dead. You're probably disappointed you missed out. But we got a pretty good painting coming up right here from Mr. Dan Seagrave. Pretty good. Pretty good one right there. The dual site ruins from Alpha. All right. But now we're moving on to Arthurian Legends. There's a big Rudy sale tonight. Big sale. A whale sale. It can't be a whale sale without this painting that's coming out, right? So what is a painting from Arthurian? What is a card? It's a small card, all right? Here's your clue. It's a small card from Arthurian Legends. It's highly meta-relevant, as Kyle likes to say. Apparently, you got to gaslight like the whole collector community if you use the word meta-relevant. It's offensive to Keel. Keel doesn't like that. He gets upset. But this is a meta-relevant card, all right? It's something that it sees a lot of play. All right? In Arthurian Legends. Do we have any guesses? Chozard guessed the Alpha painting. Wait a minute. We got one guess? Small card Lance? All right, Kyle put us out of our misery, guys. Small card Lance. There she is. Ring. Warhorse. Warhorse, he says. This is the Lance, guys. The Lance token painting. Is it not meta relevant, Kyle? Is it or is it not meta relevant? Our guy, Vincent Pompetti. What a pull. How about that, Paco? Pulled live on camera here. I pulled the first ever foil Philo Stone. I pulled the first Lance. It's only quarter size. I had this tucked in my pocket the whole time. It is meta relevant. It is meta relevant. You don't know what you're talking about, right? Nothing's getting banned, and it's meta relevant. Now get off me with that nonsense. There's the Lance. Small Lance, big deal. That's right. Small Lance, big deal. I like that, Jimmy. I'm going to use that. Jimmy is my new marketing guy. He's my new promo guy. Small Lance, big deal. It is like Tiny Elvis. You put the Lance right up on the dashboard. No one's gonna have around, right? Right, Dan? You ever see a guy with a small Lance on his dashboard up there with Tiny Elvis? No one's. People just swerve off the road. They're like, look at the Lance. Look at Tiny Elvis. Just swerve right off of the road. You know? Even Elon's toys don't know what to do when they see cars just swerving off the road. They think they got a bad sensor or something, right? Like, these cars aren't supposed to swerve into trees. Oh my God, it's Tiny Elvis in the Lance. So there it is, guys. Tiny Elvis slings this thing all around town. Let me see. Vincent signed it right down here. Let's see if he's got anything on the back. Oh, just some loose paint. Vincent's the man. Just some loose paint. No big deal. So Vincent does his awesome, it's a large painting, actually. This is the biggest Lance we've ever seen. I got it in the basement, but I could have brought out the Spear of Destiny. Spear of Destiny is like a lot smaller than this. The Lance is actually, the Spear of Destiny might be a quarter size Lance, actually. This is a full size Lance right here. This is a man's Lance. Tiny Elvis slings this thing left and right. All right, so we got and there it is, guys. Screenshot. You go ahead and screenshot it. I won't be mad. I never get mad. We got the Lance, and there it is for perspective. You got the Ruins by Dan Seagrave. I think it's about a 9x12, maybe? It's either 8x11 or 9x12. Let me see here. See this here? It's about... It is 12. It's about 11 and a half, 12. 11 3/4. It's probably in those metric measurements, you know, the centimeters. It's probably in those centimeters. It's a quarter size runes right here. You got the runes and the Lance. Go ahead and screenshot it. Coming this week. Dan Seagrave, Vincent Pompetti. 2 Italians. 2 great Italian Americans. It's close enough. It's close enough. All right. Put this Lance somewhere. All right, guys. Let's get serious. All right, so we got 2 paintings coming up. Oh, wait a second. Look at this, guys. Check this out. Oh! You hear about this Playmat pricing? All right. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna mess with that. What we'll do next is let's see here. Got one of these guys. 2 of those guys. All right, let me see here. We got Moon Song. Good Book. and Kairos. All right. No Moonsong. I was just flexing on your face. This is Paco. All right, there you go. Ed Bear Jr. Oh, we got some intense glare here, guys. Look how massive these coins are. Look at it compared to the Philosopher's Stone. It's like half a stone. You know? You put 2 in there and it's like Dan's stones. You know? It's like Dan's stone pick right here. Do you hold these up at home? You walk around the house with these, Dan? You don't have you don't have Moonsong, so I'm gonna put that aside. Good book, Kairos. Big Kairos coming to town this week. The teaser. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give away a full set of these right now. Right now, we're gonna give away a full set of these. All right. First, I just got to tell you about the Playmat pricing. All right, you got about 20 minutes. We'll just walk through 1, 2, 3. All right, let me get rid of this. No more Playmat pricing. All right, so that's the alpha, guys. We got we're gonna tease the tease. We got a Patreon wheel here. Oh, you know what? I got a Patreon wheel, I got the alpha wheel, and then I got the Facebook Sorcery Community Facebook group wheel. All right, hang on, guys. Let me get my boomer thing there. All right, so we got this. All right, so you go to the Sorcery Contested Realm Community Facebook group, and then I gotta close that. You go to featured banner. Oh, you know what? Wait, I gotta close this auction, guys. You know what? This one's closed. Oh, Justin B. All right, so Justin B won that. Winning bid $375. All right, so we're gonna take this guy off the featured banner. This guy's all done now. The windmill. There's a gothic windmill right there. All right, unpin from featured. All right, that one's not featured anymore. This guy, this one's actually done, actually. Look, let me just do some maintenance, all right? Stand by, no big deal. The auction is closed. Winning bid is $4,750. And, yeah, we'll see if the ruins can top the, look at this Raised Dead. This blue suede mat, dude, incredible. And I actually have this like similar, might be the same or similar frame on my Seasoned Sellsword. It's a great frame. So that's a really nice piece. But that auction is over, so we got to unpin that bad boy. All right? Yeah, it's a good price. $47.50 is an alpha piece, Tony Sudlow. And it comes with the, I forgot, it also comes with the alpha foil and the artist proof, signed and numbered number 2 by Tony. I wonder who owns the number 1. All right, so look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. Sorcery Con, Bearish Banner. There you go. I was talking about the pricing. You guys hear about the pricing on these playmats? I could just, you need a recap? Let me know if you need a recap. Anybody need a recap? Just shout out in chat. Another benefit of the Patreon, if you're in the Patreon, it's called Collector Arthouse Patreon, believe it or not. You get 10% off all Bearish acrylic cases all the time. There's a code in there. If you're new to the Patreon, you can't find where the code is. It was in a post from a while ago. I should probably figure out how to pin it or something. There's probably a way to pin it to something so it's more discoverable. If you can't find it, just let me know. If you're in the Patreon, you get 10% off. If you want 5% off and you don't want to support me in the Patreon, it's Arthouse 5. Arthouse 5. At checkout, Arthouse 5. And you save 5% on your acrylic cases. But that was me looking like a goofy bastard holding this uncut sheet. Unique uncut sheet. The Ring of Morgans right there. Not banned, believe it or not. Not even banned. And you have all these other great unique cards that are also not banned. New playmats? Oh, Alfred, you need a recap of the playmat pricing? I spent like 20 minutes on that. People are getting upset. You can rewind to the beginning of the video. Or just join the Collector Arthouse Patreon and you'll see my post. But I ran this promotion, right? This was a fun contest. It says, boys and girls, Sorcery Con is a life-changing experience. Post your favorite memory from Sorcery Con Seattle or Sorcery Con Las Vegas, and let's get excited about the Sorcery Con Online Cup. So the Online Cup is happening in Seattle, June 6th through 8th. And I think what I might do is, I gotta act quick on this if I do this. I might send some of those playmats what is the... So, I got to talk to the crew in our meeting this Monday on Sorcery Con planning for the Unland Cup. There's got to be like an Elite Eight and a Final Four, right? A Final Four and then a final match. I got to see if they're willing to play on Severn's playmats for those. What I'm thinking is we could do the Final Four, let's say. So the Final Four, that's 8 players. And then the final match, 2 players. What I was thinking was... All right, so Itza, listen to me now. Focus. When people play in these tournaments and they're in the Final Four, do they play on 2-player mats, or do they each have their own single-player mat? I don't care about this highlight match. Let's answer the question. Final Four. Do they play on a 2-player mat, or it was an either-or question? Please focus, please. 2-player. All right, 2-player mat. All right, so Final Four, 2-player. That means we need 2 mats for 2 games. So if the guys want to use, what do you think they should use? You want me to kill you, Kyle? Okay. Just remember you asked for it, please. Look, Drew Tucker loves the precious Dragon Lords. Oh, that was a good one. That was my kids holding the Dragon Lord. 2 of my kids. I have more kids than Kyle has brain cells. Believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe. It's not that hard, though. It's not that hard. All right, listen. You're getting me distracted, Kyle. Knock it off. So what I'm thinking is I can send the Bower of Bliss, the Keythera Mechanism, or the Philo Stone to the Sorcery Online Cup, and they can use it for the top 4, and then Stone for the final. Yeah, Stone for the final is definitely what I was thinking. So Keythera and Bower? Okay, that's a good call. So what I was thinking is I'll send a 2-player Keythera, a 2-player Bower, but 2 copies of each. That way, if you're in the Final Four, win or lose, if you just make it to the Final Four, you're going to walk away with a Severn Pinu. Again, I got to make sure that David and Alex are cool with this. If you make the Final Four, you each get a 2-player playmat, and the match is played, one with the Keythera, the other match with the Bower of Bliss. Then, in the final, for the Philo Stone, there will be 1 Philo Stone. Maybe I'll send 2 of those as well. So the winner and the second place loser also gets a Philo Stone playmat that they could soak their tears in. You know? This neoprene just soaks it right up. It slides off like windshield wiper fluid. Sounds like a good plan. All right. I just got to make sure Alex and David are down with that. Oh, David and Alex do whatever Dan says. Okay. So, Dan, is it cool? Is it good? Jimmy says, wait, 2-player mats? Have you heard about Collector Arthouse playmats? I got a presentation for that. Yeah, that's a good call, Jimmy. All right, so anyway, I just read this to you out loud. And the way this contest worked, I said, hey, this Sorcery Con's an amazing event. Please post your pictures and your memories from the event. We got Daniel Huffman, got this sick. He brought this Blake playmat. They all signed it. Oh, you got no little sketch from Elvira, just a signature, huh? Everybody else did a sketch. Maybe you went to Elvira's booth first, or maybe she just refused. She's like, get out of here with that sketch. I don't know. But you got Crusade and Jihad. You got a lot of great stuff here. So I asked everybody to post them. Oh, is he coming? I asked everybody to post a memory. So all these great pictures and memories. Oh, maybe I could just do one of these. Oh, look. He turned into a zombie here. This is right before Eric turned. Look at that. His eyes are totally glazed over. Totally glazed. Oh, this was the dinner I wasn't invited to. Look. All these cool guys. Tolstoy. Hey, there's Adam. Brosif. You know? Look at all these cool guys. Didn't invite me to dinner. Brandon. Look at these guys. Everybody except me. Oh, there's Daniel Culpepper. How about that one? There's Elvira and the Barris Bros and their wives. I don't know. So all these guys landed on the wheel, and everyone that posted a picture that was at Sorcery Con and shared a memory, you're on the wheel. Someone's going to win a set of the Ed Beard coins, okay? All right. It's taking far too long now. So that's what that wheel was. We had 34 entries. So let's do that one first. All right. So someone from that contest... looks like I had a blank space in there. That'd be... oh, look, they actually put a blank space on the wheel. That might tilt odds. Let me delete that out. Let me delete that. All right, 33 people. 33 people here. So we're spinning the wheel, and somebody's going to win the Ed Bear Jr. coins. Who is blowing up my cell phone when I'm live? Oh. Oh, we got a bid on the death dealer. Kyle! Oh, you son of a bitch. Keel! You won, dude. You are a winner. You know? The only way you could get me to call you a winner is to land on my wheel. You come into my house, you sit on my wheel, and you force me to call you a winner. Now he's talking shit. Moon Song. Get out of here, Kyle. You're off the wheel. Should I respin? Should I respin on this guy? That is some karma. How about it, Kyle? Congrats, pal. All you do is gaslight me day after day. You come into my house. You say, Mike, you don't even know what meta relevant means. And I was like, listen, Kyle, you don't even know what kind of animal you like, for one. And secondly, you act like this is the only game that's ever been designed and played by any human ever. I know games, right? I play the games. I'm playing a game with you right now, pal. You don't even know it. You don't even know about the games. You know about these games. So look, you're going to get 3 of these big, beautiful coins. There's your wolf. Today he likes wolves. Tomorrow he'll like ducks. He'll be talking about Donald Duck and who was that other duck? There was a cool duck back in the day. Kyle knows. Kyle's like 65. When Kyle was in college, this duck. What was the other duck's name, Kyle? The cool duck. Howard the Duck. There you go, buddy. Next day he likes dragons. And he probably reads books like a sucker. I bet you're a big reader, Kyle. Big reader. All right, so congrats, Kyle. You get these 3 coins. You know? Now you could gaslight me about how you took me on my own wheel. Came into my house. Landed on my wheel. Took me to town. Didn't even wine and dine me first. All right, so that one's there. Now we're going to do... We got more of those coins, right? All right, we got more coins. We got Good Book. We got Kairos. And then we got Moon Song. So this is what I want to do, guys. I also want to do... What I'd like to do more often is do Patreon giveaways, too. To give back to paid tier Patreon supporters, too. Not the free tier. I don't know why they did... The free tier is nice, because I could email people, you know, and let them know what's going on. But this is for the paid tier Patreons are on this wheel. 134 Patreon support. Oh, you guys can't see it. We got 134 active paid tier Patreon supporters on the wheel. And one of you guys is going to win the full set of the coins. The collectible coins from Ed Bear Jr. 200 coins. The other day he was on my show. Tuesday he was on my show. After the Dragon Lord announcement, he said, Mike, I got 50 coins left. 50 out of 200. Huge demand for these coins. So a Patreon supporter is about to win a full set of coins. I think Kyle's on this wheel, too. Kyle's in the Patreon, right? He could win twice. I should probably take him off. Kyle, I pulled an alpha foil stone for Kyle. And now he's calling himself Keel. He doesn't even want to be identified with me anymore. When I say Kyle, he wants you to think I'm talking about somebody else. This guy's changing his legal name to dodge me. All right. So from the Patreon wheel, what the hell is that? Look at this one here, guys. That's not a... There's no way I can type that. I think I've been hacked. It looks like a couple candles, an upside down question mark. I don't know, man. Maybe there's 133 people in my Patreon. I don't know. Something happened here. Something went horribly wrong. But here's the spin. I can read. Keel. Kyle. It is Kyle. I was right. Oh, Josh Dubois. International Josh. All right, man. Is Josh out there? I don't see Josh on the lives too much. I don't know, man. Maybe he has a real job. Unlike everybody else here. We got 26 people. Jobless. They got Elon. They got doged. I challenge you to say that name. JC. Which name? Keel? He's not a wolf guy? Oh, Josh is cool. No wolf guy. All right, congrats, Josh. So Josh wins a set of the coins from Ed Bear Jr. All right, Josh and Keel. All right, so we can kill this wheel. We can keel this wheel now. Is that Kite Archer? All right, hang on, guys. Let's focus. All right, we're going to open some alpha now, guys. We're an hour and 5 minutes in. We're right on schedule. Everything's going right to plan. All right, so what's going to happen now is we're going to need these. And we're going to need axe tool. So thanks to Ed. Maybe I'll send you one of these too. I got a bunch of these from Ed. Send you those and the coin. You know? Dragon Lord. Airbrush Master. You could find the first time he came on live on my channel, he walked us all the way around this van. And he described all the way around this van. He described every dragon and element that he painted. He airbrushed this entire van. It's all his paintings. And some of these are on other original paintings. You know, these types of dragons. And you can buy all kinds of products with those. So he walked us around the van, even inside the van. He painted things inside of the van. It's absolutely insane. So you can see that in his first live appearance on my show. And actually, here you have the back of the coin. That is on the back of every coin. And then on the front you have the 3 variants. Moonsong. Right? We don't know if Moonsong is in or out on sorcery. Some speculate it's in because there's a playmat, I think, that had this, the fire dragon, and one other. I think he said the other was not, though, so we don't know. But, Nicol Bolas. There he is. All right, so you get those, and you guys won the giveaways. Congrats. All right, so we need to open some alpha. What are you guys even talking about right now? Is that... Oh. Put Moonsong down. All right, I'm done handling Moonsong, Dan. Just relax over there. Is there sample pack glue on these things? I'm a little imprecise. I'm a little rusty on the alpha bot breaks. It's been a few weeks. All right, we're going to get into some alpha. We're only an hour in. We still got like 3-4 hours to go. No big deal. Dust code. Plastic. The wheel is primed. Good luck to all. Kyle, the luckiest bastard I ever did know. Kyle. I pull an alpha philostone for this guy. He proceeds to gaslight me for 2 years. He's talking shit every day. Comes into my house. He's talking trash. And then I put him on the wheel. And then he lands. Beats all odds. And now I got to ship him these coins. Where's the justice in this world? You know? The guy's the devil. He's an absolute devil, this guy. Absolute devil. All right. I think he does still have it. He was trying to sling it for a painting, but he waited too long, you know? Because now, what's the alpha foil stone worth now? Like $7-8? $7 or $8? You're not going to get a Ruins Dan Seagrave painting for a $7 or $8 toy. All right, here we go. Acbro. Acbro for 10 to start us off. Let me know if you guys want to see a different playmat, but we'll go you know what? You know what I should do? I should chill a little bit. Hey, you know, I might as well chill while we're all here getting comfortable. You got to join the Patreon, guys. There's all types of things coming up. We're gonna do more giveaways, more special promos and discounts. But we're gonna get chilly here for a minute with the Collector Arthouse logo. Mount Chillmore. All right. So we're at Act Bro for 10 to kick us off. We're only an hour in, so we're right on schedule. You need me to recap, Kyle? You need to know about the playmat pricing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, 8, 9, 10. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Acbro. All right, Acbro is coming off the wheel, baby. Overhead cam, Collector Arthouse cam. Until you get Acbro and Show, a muffed Lapri. The photo point of the playmat, yep. Millie, my man. All right, I got to focus on the car. Oh! An Onyx Core out of the very first pack. How about that one, baby? Diamond Hands. This is the whale pack. It comes with 12 boxes of Arthurian Legends, a random toy, any toy at random, of common or uncommon rarity. I think it's because Kyle's here. It's the first time Kyle showed up. He's like, giveaway? Giveaway? Free stuff for me? For me, Keel? Keel? I'm in on that, baby. Where do I sign up? And he gets an exceptional foil in the same pack. Very nice. Dan Seagrave, of all things. That's what, $2? It's a set. It's worth a full $2. You're in the money already. You're $2 in. It's all up from here. All right. So we got some pennies. We got some top loaders. We got some bad attitudes in the chat. We got some lucky gaslighters. Oh, that's upside down. We got some upside down pennies. Who's hating who, Kyle? Gaslighter. I'm gonna send your wolf to Dan. He's gonna melt it down and make you eat it. Hey, Sorcery Gamblers Club, you won. You're a big winner tonight, pal. Have you been watching this whole time, or do you not even know about it? You need me to recap the playmat presentation? I'm gonna be here all night. All night I can do this recap for you. All right, Acbro. First pack, he hits an exceptional foil. And according to Lord of Itza, we got a $2 Onyx Core on the table. Who wants my foil Alpha Stone? I was watching my kid and I was told? Oh. Dude. All right. Good, man. Congrats. I'm going to send you a full set of the Ed Bear Jr. collectible coins. Keel is offering you $2 for that. Or maybe he's talking about the Onyx Core. The Pudge. Purge Juggernaut. Sorry, Kyle. Got excited there, didn't he? No Curio. But the Men of Lang is here. The Men of Lang are here. Alright, what's next? Are there Collector Arthouse playmats for sale? Yes, there are, my good sir. I got a whole presentation for you. Anytime you want. Spear of Destiny. Can you guys even... Oh, do we got an Alan Pollock? Oh, the Alan Pollock by Santiago Caruso. The Moon Clan Werewolf. So when I did my alpha break, of all things, I had Tony on the channel. He's good buddies. He's good buddies with Alan Pollock, right? They shared a studio at TSR. And I was opening it. It was like right when alpha came out. And I pulled this card, one of my first foils. I noticed immediately it says Santiago Caruso on there. This painting is actually done, of course, by Alan Pollock. So it was a misprint in alpha. However, the non-foil is correct. The non... I told a little tale about this guy. He's all upper body. He's got these little stick legs. It's like Kyle, basically. He's got the bare belly, but he's got those stubby little legs. He can barely hold himself up. But he's got these huge hands, like catcher's mitt hands. You know? They're like weaponized. Weapons of mass destruction. Used to gaslight non-players. He's got that sharp tongue on him. And the big teeth. All right. Alan got chaptered on multiple cards. Yeah. Something about that Alan Pollock, man. He's tough. It's been tough. Alan's a great guy. Super nice. He's always eager to come out to events. He almost wasn't going to come to Sorcery Con. But then I was like, hey, man, this is a big deal. And I think he realized it was a big deal. I think actually he reached back out to me and he's like, Mike, is it too late? Can I still come? I was like, dude, you're in. And he came. We had 14 alpha artists, 14 sorcery artists, and altarist Dustin Brossard. We got some new heat coming from Dustin Brossard, guys, as well. It's going to be like a few weeks probably, but Dustin is back on the easel painting some godly... Oh, how about that one? Some godly altars. Big painting coming up this week, Josh. I got the original painting of Ruins by Dan Seagrave coming up. And I got the lance from Arthurian Legends. Arthurian. Josh. Check it out, dude. Look at this, man. Look at that. Seagrave. Seagrave Alpha Original. Coming to auction Sunday night. You see this, Jimmy? I showed Jimmy when he showed up. Big time. That's going to be a monster. Look at a skull in the ruin. God. The detail, it's so good. Yeah, it's going to be a monster, guys. I'm excited about that. Should we zoom out a little bit so you guys can... So I can shield my logo right there? What is Ruins painted on? He always paints on board. Yep. All his pieces are like that. See? Oh, speaking of devil, guys. There's our skinny leg Kyle. See, it is Alan Pollock after all. We got the foil and we got the misprint. Call to War. Elite Dragon, east to west, not west to east. None of that goofy nonsense. Serious business here with Alpha. Yeah, Brossard's amazing. You're gonna... Dude, he sent me one, did he message me today, was it? It's a hot one coming, guys. Ooh, Cloud City. That's a beautiful card. I got a real nice artist proof from Elvira Palakowska. It's probably going to come this week. I think I'm going to auction that one this week from Elvira. Boss Troll. Yeah, it's a beautiful Cloud City. Painted. I don't think I have any more of her inked ones in Cloud City yet. Or left. I mean, I think we sold all those. I do have several of her inked artist proofs available for direct sale. I don't know why it's... Is it hard to see the cards, guys? I think I might be too zoomed. I'm not sure. I mean, I could wait it for it to auto zoom, but what's the point, really, right? We just want to see those bangers. Boss Troll, Bridge Troll. There we go. Is that better? You like that? All right. So 10 packs for Act, bro. It's autofocus, man. It's autofocus. This is a camera Louis told me to buy. It's the Sony ZV-1. It's the ZV-1. It has product showcase autofocus. Probably the lighting's a problem. So if you're in the Patreon, I should have said this. If you're a Collector Arthouse Patreon supporter, $25 per pack. If you're not in the Patreon, it's $35. So you save $10 per pack. I mean, if you're gonna do any of the breaks, it pays for your Patreon for like many months, basically. So we got an exceptional foil, an exceptional Artist Misattribution foil, and the Onyx core for Acbro. Acbro. So we're going to put him in the box of dreams here. Box of broken dreams or wild dreams. So when you get an Onyx core, is there any pairing Itza? Itza. When you get the Onyx core, is it likely that something else comes up with that? What are the patterns? Give us a small sample size data. Oh, you just want to straight up buy it, Fred Nizer? All right, guys, back to the wheel. Relaxing. What's in the box, it says. What's in the box? You know what that means? He got a full box. So we're going to save that. We're going to do other people. We're going to get through this box, and then we're going to do a full box for relaxing. Come on, man. Kyle, what are you doing to me here? This is Kyle's work. Everybody left. Everybody's leaving now. They're fed up. Our viewership just cut in half. What happened? 10:55? Was there a Rudy update? SCR avatar. Is Rudy giving stats on that sale, or is that just like a preview of the sale? Is this sale live right now, or is it just a preview of the sale? 3, 4. I think I got DDoS. There's only 11 people left. The numbers are plummeting. Oh, it's live now? All right, SCR avatar for 5. Is he giving updates on how the sale's going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any big whales? Any big whales picking up the big whale package? What's the big whale package? 12 boxes of AL and a random sample? Oh! How about it, Daddy boy? Everybody drops the stream, and then what happens? The magic happens. Every time you buy 5 packs, you get rewarded. 5 packs. SCR avatar for 5. He says, give me that stone. I only need 5. How about it, guys? $250 buy-in for 5 packs. You get a stone. Got stones for days. Mike pulls stones, without question. What's up, John? Yeah, man, that's a nice hit. That is a nice hit. An alpha foil stone. I think it's the most stone. Now people are coming back into the stream. Rogue, you did one now? Oh, the giveaway's over? I'm out of here. Oh, he pulled a stone? Okay, I'm coming back. Right there. Collector Arthouse pull stones. The stone's always coming right out of the house. Through the roof. No problem. 5 packs, no problem. Let me just showcase that a little bit. There we go. There we go. Every time he watches a break, I pull a stone. It's routine, baby. It's just what happens. Severin. He's getting the Severin lot. I sold that painting for Matthias. The Minor Explosion. Beautiful. Oh, our guy, Mikhail Nagy Paul. Holy Ground and foil. That's a nice one. Exceptional. Bostral. No curio, though. All right. A stone and a foil. That's a good start. Stone on stone, Matt. So we had a box that had a stone. I think this was from like a random case here. I think the next box that Laxon is going to get might be the last box from that last case. Minor Explosion is large in person? Yeah. Matthias paints big. I also sold Exorcism for him, and it was the same size. I was really surprised that the exceptional... So we tried opening the Alpha Foil Uncut Sheet at $2,000 that included the Pudge Butcher. It was an exceptional sheet. And it didn't even get a bid at $2,000 for the open. I was really surprised by that because... but it's interesting. The painting, the art market's really doing great with original paintings. Sales are strong. Demand is strong. There's a lot of interest. People love owning originals. So it's interesting that people want to display paintings, but not the foil uncut sheets. I thought you guys were... Ooh, that's a nice one. I thought you guys were game piecers. I think, like, if you're a player, wouldn't you love to display an uncut sheet? I would think you would. But I guess art guys are art guys and girls. You know, they just want straight paintings. They don't care about the sheet. Yeah, I guess it is Mish. Do you own it, Club? No, the guy that owns it is Dave Sheedy up in New York. He's an LGS owner. That's who won that auction a while back. All right, so what did he get? 2 foils and the stone and a violimp. You wanted it, but you're tapped from the Valley of Delight in med school? Which one did you want? Oh, Cast into Exile? Oh, you sold your... You had a sheet? How do you have a sheet, Itza? What sheet? All right, SCR Avatar. It's pretty hot, dude. Got the stone. 5 packs, not bad. Always pulling stones. Oh, you wanted the uncut sheet? Well, it didn't sell yet, so you could save up again, I guess. I don't know. We're looking to sell like the full set as a lot potentially, but if it doesn't, then they'll be available individually. What's in the box? What's in the box? We're gonna find out after this box. So we'll keep them on the wheel. We'll spin again. The impasto on the Pudge Butcher painting is amazing in person. Yeah. Sir Ensel for 7. All right, now we're getting somewhere. A little nasally. I think Kyle took his prize and bounced. He did say he'd be too tired to watch this. And then he shows up, he wins, and he leaves. Used me. He used me, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Sir Ensel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you'll have all week to raise cash for Ruins. It's a because it's going to run Sunday, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, and it'll end Friday night. That's why I run them for a week. Sometimes people like to... I love that painting by Jeff Menges. It gives, if you give it a week, it gives people to wheel and deal and try to raise cash. That was weird, guys. Our views plummeted to like 11, and now it's back up to 31. So something happened. I think I pulled the stone, and then people got, oh! All right, so we got a stone and a mix. The stone brought people back. Maybe word's getting out in Discord. My phone's been blowing up the whole time. It always pains me seeing that one. I had to give up that painting to get the gems. The gem sample cards. You think it'll go over 8 grand? You're always like very bullish on paintings. I don't know what the ruins will do. I really don't know. I think there's a lot of buyers in the $4,000 to $6,000 range. And then it kind of trails off and people start getting picky and selective. Ooh, Atlantean Fate. Beautiful. But for certain like grail pieces like that, sometimes it can see 5 figures even. Yeah, highly played card. Yeah, it's big. It's got two strong elements, and it's Seagrave, man. I was shocked. Like, some of the Seagrave paintings did not sell for a lot. And I was like, wow, like, Seagrave is great, man. I'd love to own a... Oh, actually, I do own a Seagrave. I forgot I owned a Seagrave painting. It's the Gilded Aegis. Ooh, rest in peace. There's a popular one. Yeah, the Gilded Aegis. I could have got the Torch Hammer, too, but I passed on that. I chose the Aegis over the Torch Hammer. But, I should have just bought both in hindsight. Guys, like, if you see a painting you like, Just freaking buy it. If you got the means to buy it, just buy it. I could have bought the Highland Princess, the Ormford Holmganger, which was a champion promo card from Pimpetti from the first store kit. All of them I regret not buying. I've never bought one that I regretted buying. So that kind of says it all. Ooh, Browse. There's a banger. How's Browse on valuation? And I'm sure it's played a ton, right? It's still played a lot? It's got to be. Is Runes direct from Seagrave? Oh, no. He sold all his stuff a while back. There's someone that's actually giving it up and reselling it. Yeah, Seagrave doesn't have any of his Alpha paintings left. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Elite from Marta. Silence. Yeah, someone's actually giving it up. Pretty wild, right? One of the Alpha Grails. The foil Browse is $350. Damn, so he did pretty well. Oh, the foil Browse. That was a non-foil that I pulled. Totally should have gotten the trinket. Most top-tier decked. Oh, wow. Well, what can you do, man? I don't really buy for meta relevancy. Typically. I buy, like, pieces that speak to me, and I was like, I mean, it's kind of cool, but, like, I do like relics and stuff, but, you know, I go for, like, stuff that I kind of, like, have an emotional attachment to, or, you know, it kind of sparks, like, a memory or some kind of personal connection of some kind. So there's certain artists that really resonate strongly with me. That's why I ended up, like, owning a lot of Severin paintings. Andrea Modesti is probably my most owned. And what I got? I got Seagrave. Got a lot of Modesti. I got Gadu. What other paintings do I have, guys? It's late. Oh, Papa Smurf. I got a lot of different artists. I just can't think right now. 7 for Papa. Oh, Wyvern. Yeah, I got Wyvern from Truett. Good call. Thanks, Lord. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Wyvern is popular. I remember I told people that like I was fishing for offers on that. I'm surprised that wasn't bought up, honestly. That's a big piece because now all of a sudden like a lot of people are hitting me up and they're like, that Wyvern's pretty nice. Let me know if you end up selling that bad boy. And I was like, I think about it because there's still like 1 or 2 paintings that I really love to go for. The Wyvern's hot because it's big. It's a great, cool concept. It's framed. It's got an awesome frame on it. Ooh, Devil's Egg. And it's just a cool concept by Truett. It's very epic looking. It's large. It's a dragon, yeah. It's got the name Wyvern, which is like really iconic, you know, with all the history of the game. And I like to call it Wyvern, actually. Ooh, Simple Village. Modesti. Didn't I just sell this painting? What'd that sell for? $6,000? $6,500? I think it was 6, right? $6,000. Yeah, Modesti emailed me. He's like, "Hey," I said, "Mike, I saw that painting on Instagram. What did it sell for?" Because he's not on Facebook. He joined Facebook and then something happened. He couldn't. I don't know. His account got hosed up and he couldn't get back on. He's not a big internet guy. But he's like, "I saw that." He's like, "How'd it go?" And I was like, "Dude, it sold for like $6,000." He's like, "Wow, that's great." He's like, I think he said he was like honored. He was like really flattered. He's like, he's really happy people appreciate his work. He's such a humble guy, Modesti. I love Modesti, man. Such a legend. I like genuine people like that, you know? He's just like the nicest guy. He emails me on all the holidays. He's like, "Mike, I want to wish you a happy Easter." I was like, "Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Even just thinking of me like that. That's amazing." He's a good guy. We got some Vasily news coming up, guys. Vasily or Malayev. I know you guys are big on Vasily. We got some exciting heat coming on Vasily. Maybe within like a week or so. I think we got some big stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. You got to join the Sorcery Community Facebook group. It always amazes me. Some people are only on YouTube. They're like, Mike, I found you on YouTube. Like people that are joining my Patreon, or whatever. They just hit me up about different stuff, and I was like, "How did you find me?" And they're like, "Oh, YouTube." You know, like I don't do social media. Just sold. Oasis. We got a dual foil. Exceptional. Yeah, we got some awesome stuff. Auctions coming to the Sorcery Community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. Probably like over the next couple weeks. Like it's not gonna relent. We got some amazing stuff coming. Swear to God, Mike, if you have the Boss Troll OP, you better tell me right now. No, it's not the Boss Troll OP. That would be pretty sick. I think Eric owns that. I think he has all his paintings. Dan, it's nicest guy. Nicest guy in Sorcery, this guy, Dan. A little off color. He can't really be his true self in official forums. Only real deal Dan comes out in Collector Arthouse Discord with the barbarians. All right. So 7 packs for Papa. He gets the beautiful Modesty and the dual land foil from Marta. You'd love to grab the Oasis OP. Yeah. Marta does beautiful work for sure. All right, guys. I'm just going to do an obligatory spin, but we know it's going to be Jeff Tui. I'll prep the packs while the wheel jerks us around. What's in the box? Spin it some more. 1, 2, 3. Gotta make sure there's 10 packs for this guy. Might break my kneecaps. 4, 5, 6, 7. What's in the box? 8, 9, 10. Nope. We'll find out what's in the box next. This top pack is the bottom right pack. Allegedly the Curio pack. According to the gurus. Alright. It is Jeff Tui. I knew it would be eventually. Just had a hunch. Alright, Collector Arthouse, good luck charm. As soon as I went to logo, we got the Philo Stone. Do I have the, Itza. I'll have to check if I have I might have the original sketch of Bostrel. Remind me after we're done screwing around here. Dude, it keeps coming up. It's the top one on the pack every time. Yeah, I got some sketches from Vasily. But I can't remember if I have the Bostrel. That'd be pretty epic if I did. I might. Do I have it up there on the shelf is the question. Or did I put it in my Padfolio? Who knows these things? Alright, we got a foil coming up here. Oh, the beautiful Humble Village. Yeah, I own that original painting too. Beautiful. Beautiful. I own a few Modesty sites. Modesty's my guy. Bostrel. That's a great painting. If Pristine OP ever comes to market, I need it. I think I know who owns that, actually. I actually think I do. I don't know who... I don't think I might know who owns... Do I know who owns Oasis? I'm not sure. Got a good mental catalog of who owns what. I used to document it, but now I just remember. One of the few things I... Ooh, you don't see the hounds too much, I feel like. Francesca Berald, guys. You were going to see her in Gothic? What do you think? Book of Kells? You would think we'd see the Book of Kells. Our guy, Agent Paco, just bought the Dryad's original painting. Good for you, Paco. YouTube channel. You probably get featured by Eric's Curiosa pretty soon. On that YouTube channel. Just keep it up. Stay positive. Keep the faith, brother. Keep grinding it out. Oh, yeah. Lord of Lies and Gothic. That'd be sick. So we got the Sorcery Unland Cup coming up in Seattle, June 6th through 8th. Brian Smith, I just announced recently, is going to be coming. Seer, love it. Need it, want it. That original painting. I'd love to have it. I've always wanted it. It's been the face of the Sorcery Community Facebook group since its inception on February 7th, 2002. Over 3 years to the day. We are so close to 5,000 members. And what happens when we hit 5,000 members, guys? I give away a non-foil uncut sheet to some lucky bastard whose name is probably Keel. Because I do everything for that guy. And all he does is gaslight me. Gas, gas, gas. Light, light, light. Omnipotent. Remember that? That was a beta curio worth remembering. Omnipotent. The great Nick Reynolds, co-creator of Sorcery. You want that sheet now, Josh? Yeah, then you can sling it for a painting. Ooh, Screaming Skull. Haven't seen that in a while. You got to sling it for a painting, man. Yeah, Lord of Lies. That is long overdue. It's about time we get that. It'd be great to see a lot of new Gato, wouldn't it? Gato. Because we didn't see him in Arthurian Legends. It's been too long. You know, there's a lot of like super iconic popular artists not in Arthurian Legends. Francesca Berald, Gadu Duasu. Brian Smith. Oh yeah, I own the Falconer original painting too. A lot of Pompettis. And Humble Village. 2 in that pack. Alright, Jeff Toohey. He needs a banger here to salvage this. He didn't do too well on these 10 packs. I mean, he probably got some decent elites and uniques. I don't really pay much mind to that. I look at the foils, mostly. Unless it's Philo Stone. So we got Miracle Workers and Humble Village. Out of 10 packs. Bit of a bust here for Toohey this time. Toohey's the man. He keeps the dream alive by buying into the packs and allowing us to do this. Very positive guy, that Toohey. You cannot crush his spirit. Even when things get dark. He's like a nightlight that just won't go out. You're trying to sleep, you got Toohey there in the corner. Just blinding you. Alright, guys. We're going to open a full box now for Laxon. I'm going to go to the wheel to prove it. There we go. There he is. What's in the box? We got a little advertisement going here. Oh, this looks intense. Vita Mahjong. It's Laxon. Alright, we get some pennies ready for him. Box. Alright, so we can kill the wheels. Close that. Alright, guys. Full box of Alpha. I've had about 30 people pretty consistently tonight. We gave away 2 full collector coin sets from Ed Bear Jr. We had a wheel for Collector House paid tier Patreon supporters. Josh won that one. So that'll be shipping to Canada. Josh, did you buy the coins from Ed Bear Jr.? I'm glad you won, man. You're a nice guy. I've been a Patreon supporter for a long time. Appreciate it. It's cool to see you at so many events. Yeah, this guy got a whole box. Now? Yeah, you're welcome, man. No problem. That's great. I'm glad you didn't order. Because now you'll get it for free. You'll be impressed, too. They're really well made. They're large, thick, heavy coins. It's cool, collectible. They come with like a little stand in the packaging. So it's pretty sweet. All right, we got a whole box here for Laxon. Let's see how he does. Pudge Butcher, we got an Atlantean Fate. Atlantean Fate out of the gate. King of the Realm. Love that. Yeah, I got the original sketch of that one, too. And a lot of trolls tonight. The King of the Realm is pretty cool. That was another original painting where it's like, oh, man, it's going to cost me like a few grand to keep it. You know what? The guy I bought oh, I thought that was another Philo Stone. The guy I bought the Gadu painting from, I also sold the King of the Realm for. I sold that for him. I was really tempted to just buy it and keep it. And I think I sold for him the Grandmaster Wizard. And that sold like pretty cheap in early days. I know that's a big card. And then eventually Louis acquired it somehow. I think whoever bought it sold it to Louis. It's funny. I don't know what's up with Louis lately. It's like he's out on sorcery. Did he talk about it today on his pod? I mean, there's a lot of information coming out on sorcery. I don't know why he wouldn't just cover it again. Must just not be viable for his business, I guess. But there's plenty of updates and content and stuff to talk about. Oh yeah, I saw that. Josh. The Guardian Shadow Warrior. Guardian Shadow Warrior. Yeah, those are sweet. I saw you post that somewhere. I got a few of those myself. I got I bought like 2 or 3 of those, and then I showed them on my YouTube channel. And then all of a sudden they were like either stupidly priced on eBay or just like completely unavailable. So I'm glad I bought a few before I priced myself out. I didn't want to like pay top money for it. George shit all over sorcery today? What did he say? I didn't know George was still on that channel. It's weird how he turns on these indies. Like he was like kissing Simon's ass, saying he was the GOAT, like over and over and over again. And now all he does is trash the game. It's pretty Bush League. I mean, if he has legitimate criticisms and gripes, I guess that's fine. But it's just weird. That's like a trend that keeps happening. He like everyone's the GOAT. Mike Waddell was the GOAT, and now like that's like you never hear the word Metazoo uttered. They even rebranded the channel. So he's like turns on these indies. I think when he stops getting attention from the creators. That's my theory on that. Just keeping it real. Not hating, but whatever. Who's a good dude? George? I don't know. He used to talk shit on me a lot, too. Randomly. I don't even know the guy. He's got weird beefs with people. Oh, he's in the Lorcana now? Dogging DL over to set size? What do you mean DL? What's DL? You mean AL? Is that a typo? Over to set size, distribution. Oh, Dragon Lord. Oh, he was talking shit on Dragon Lord? For the set size, distribution, release timing, etc. Interesting. What's wrong with the release timing? At Gen Con? Surprised he had beef with that. I mean, isn't that a good thing that it's releasing at Gen Con? I think that's a cool story because, like Ed Beard Jr. was saying, he hasn't been to Gen Con in many, many years. And he's got a massive collector base, so I think people will be excited that Ed will be at Gen Con for the first time in a long while, and it'll track, like, old school Magic guys to sorcery. And even his collectors, I mean, I don't know about his collector market beyond sorcery, if they're going to, like, if there's really like ROI and value in that, because I don't see those guys, like the guys that are into the airbrush cars and like just art in general. I don't know if they necessarily get into like a TCG. Oh, Gothic being a month later. Yeah, I mean, it would be better to space those, certainly, but I don't think we know that it's a month later. Do we? We have no idea what's going on with Gothic. Maybe he knows something we don't. But, I don't know anyone that knows anything about Gothic. Kenny Force. I was randomly shit on the other day by some of the MetaZoo community because their new Mothmans are fetching higher premiums than a select few cards I advertised for my Sorcery collection. Why would they shit on you for that? What was their... Were they just saying like their MetaZoo is worth more than your Sorcery? What MetaZoo? There's like a new Mothman that's valuable in MetaZoo 2.0. Gives a shit about that. If you're getting heat from MetaZoo people, who cares, man? Don't worry about it. Maybe they should launch them at the same time. Gothic and Dragonlord. Yeah, Kyle says it's coming out on Halloween. Kyle's a big he's a fan of he's a friend of the company. Friend of the company, Kyle. Maybe he knows something. 1031, if Kyle says it, might be true. Ooh, Land Deed. That's a nice card. Does Land Deed see play, guys? Kyle, come on, you're the expert here. Don't gaslight me for asking a question. Just answer the question. Oh, it's not Gridlord. Does Land Deed see play? Bearer has you control this site. He just sees control. It's kind of interesting. But 4 to cast? Just to take a site? I don't know. Doesn't seem great. Does not seem great. They need to release it at big conventions like PAX, Gen Con, etc. Yeah, just go to more shows. People, ooh, I love the Alice Wanderers. If people get exposure to this game, they fall in love with this game. The art is the hook. They play the game, they love the game. And the rest is history. But more people need to see the game. You know? Us YouTubers can only reach so many people. And we reach more and more people. Tournament organizers, we pull people together, mostly the existing community. But we create an ecosystem and an environment to sustain game players. But to reach new players, you got to go to shows, conventions. Show the product, and people will love it. Yeah, their target demos at conventions. I mean, I've talked about this before, guys. Like, when they go to Gen Con, when they go to Spiel Essen, you see a surge in the Sorcery Community Facebook group. That is a good barometer because it's the largest Facebook group in the world. Even bigger than the official groups. We got just under 5,000 members. So the metrics on that, the engagement, the growth, those are good indicators of the health of this game. Because there's all types of interest in there. There's game players, there's art fans, there's collectors, there's speculators, there's just casuals who just kind of like sample into a bunch of different TCGs and upcoming indie TCGs. Just kind of get a pulse of of the industry. So it's an interesting indicator. Yeah, Origins has such a rich history. Oh, PAX last year. You saw Sorcery? Hey, Kenny, DM me next week after you're at PAX. and let me know if you see much sorcery there. There was a guy, what was the event that was recently in Chicago? Was that Collecticon? Or Comic Con, was it? Comic? I think, man, that's a tough one. We had someone from the Collector Arthouse Discord was there a few weeks ago. European guy came, went to it. He talked to like a bunch of stores, and a lot of them either had never heard of sorcery, or thanks, Ken. Or they said they were having a hard time sustaining interest in their LGS, or they just were like, I don't know, having a hard time supporting the game because it was just hard to get product for a while. Beta, wasn't available. Alpha never really was, unless you backed the Kickstarter and knew about it that early on. And then Arthurian Legends, isn't selling as well. So, oh, beautiful. Crown of the Victor. So, metrics weren't as good, but hopefully PAX will be you'll get some good insight there. That'd be great. I'm optimistic. I really am about the next 6 months because I think Dragon Lord's going to be pretty cool and exciting. For sure. Ed is a great showman and promoter. I'm certainly going to help him and help Sorcery. We might actually have a special offer. Ed and I might do a collaboration around Dragon Lord, so definitely look for that. Patreon supporters will probably get either priority and or the best deal. I don't know like what the quantities are going to be like or what the package is going to look like, but I usually try to take care of Patreon supporters. And then if I can, if there's enough supply and inventory and stuff, then I open it up to the general public, to non-Patreon supporters. I just don't know what the terms are and what the specifics are going to be. Ooh, Grandmaster Wizard. We were just talking about that. Nice foil elite hit. Yeah, they sold this painting long while back. Long while. Now it hangs on Louis' walls. Last I saw, at least. Yeah, so we'll do something with Dragon Lord. And then I think Gothic is going to be really big. I think the art's is going to be, like, stunning. But really, what's going to move the needle again is going to shows and showing it to people. Getting the word out. Dangles, we hit a Philosopher's Stone non-foil was like the biggest hit of the night. We haven't gotten any crazy foils. We did not get any curios. So nothing too crazy tonight. Chill stream. We had a nice PowerPoint slide presentation talking about playmat pricing. A lot of people enjoyed that. I think they would like to see it again. I'm probably gonna get like a ton of views tomorrow because everyone's gonna go back and want to watch that slideshow presentation. Ooh, did Donnybrook in? Our Guy Vasily, the old salt. Hey, that's a painting right there, guys. That is a painting. This guy never misses legs day. He's not like that werewolf. Look at those calves. You gotta have calves like that to brace an anchor of that size. It's crazy Dragon Lord isn't coming out next month. So close to the main set. Well, we don't know when the main set's coming. I think they're taking a bath on Dragon Lord would be my guess because it's May 2nd, guys. It's Tariff Day. So if they went forward with printing and they're going to deliver come hell or high water in August, maybe they're just rolling the dice. And here's the options. You either ship to another country to dodge the tariffs, which is a little dicey because I think Trump is out for blood on that. He's going to have his policia out there trying to get you for that one. Remember I sold the lava salamander, one of the early auctions? That was a beautiful painting. Got to see the Melissa Benson in person. Someone got in collector tier. Ended up auctioning that one very early on. Another one I should have just bought. But that was like one of the early ones that made an inflection point in the art market because it was a strong sale. Yeah, I think tariffs, I don't know. Maybe they will pass on the price to consumers. And they'll be okay, but I don't know. I'm thinking a smaller set. Maybe it won't be as printed. Didn't oh, I thought that was a misprint, but it was just 2 cards. Didn't Ed say it was going to be limited or something like that when he came on my channel on Tuesday? So assume a smaller print if that's true. And, who knows what the company will actually do. And then they can maybe just eat it, like on tariffs and all that, right? But Gothic, they got to get that timing right. They might have to hold off on sending that to print and importing that till it comes. 75 bucks is your guess? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if they're not going to print a lot and it's a limited product and they're trying to make it a premium product, because think about it, if they limit it and you're only getting 1 foil per packaging, like it's 1 pack, right, per box of Dragonlord. So if you're only getting 1 foil, it's going to be really hard to get all 13 of those foils. And who knows, like, what the pull rates on those will be. I mean, there's no guarantee it's going to be like the same pull rate strategy as the core booster boxes. They could change that paradigm entirely. And if they do, and if they make those foils very hard to get, they could carry some significant value. However, if they carry significant value, you're also narrowing the market, the secondary market that's actually going to chase those. It's really going to be the higher end whales and bigger time collectors. So it creates an interesting supply and demand dynamic. It's really hard to call it on Dragonlord how that's going to be received by the market. Ooh, got a mix. Nice. We just don't know. Marine Voyage. That's a beautiful artwork by Marta as well. I always liked that one. Very nice. That's a good pack right there. 75. Yeah, 75. So, guys, Louis guessed 25. $25? What does he think? It's going to be a straight game piece set? There's no way it's going to be $25. How much could tariffs be for 14 pieces of cardboard? Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe their cost to print it. Well, here's the thing, Alfred. When you print in smaller quantity, you pay much more. You pay much more than when you print a core set, you know? Well, some people are saying that they printed a massive amount of Arthurian Legends. When you do that, your economies of scale make the cost per package, let's say, or per card, or however you want to break it down, way, way, way substantially lower. So if they're printing a pretty limited amount of this Dragonlord product, they're going to be paying way more. Well, it's relative, right? Like, significantly more on a cost per card basis than like your core set, like Alpha, Beta, and Arthurian Legends. $99 MSRP. That's an interesting guess. Didn't Magic do that at one point where you get like 1 pack for $100? Or was it more like 3 or 4 packs or like 12 or something? It was back in like 2018 or like in that COVID era. There was some product out there where it was like really limited, but like what was that called, guys? I don't follow Magic closely at all. 4 packs for 1,000? No, I'm not talking about the anniversary packs. It was long before the 30th anniversary. I'm talking like 2018, like I said, guys. 2018 to 2020 time frame. Well before the 30-year anniversary. There was some offering that was pretty expensive. I don't know, he might have got hosed on this box. Not sure. Got a recap. Double Masters. VIP. That's it, dude. Good call, Ack, bro. Thank you, brother. Yeah, it was Double Masters. VIP. What was the price point on that, and what was the deal? Was it 1 pack for $100? That was a pretty ballsy offer. But people were buying that shit up. Right? And it was like really... So how did that play out? 200 to 250 for 4 packs. And like, what was the value? Was it like pretty low printed? I mean, that was in like peak COVID. All right, 150 a pack now. So the price kind of held. You're saying it regressed from 200. Oh, per pack. So it's 200, 250 for 4 packs. Now it's 150 per. So you're talking $600. So basically 3x, let's say, 2 to 3x, 1 print wave, very limited. That's it, guys. This product is Double Masters VIP. That's what Dragon Lord is. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be limited, very limited. I bet it's going to be expensive. I don't know how much. I bet they can get away with comparable. So 4 packs, 200, $50 a pack, 50 to 75. That sounds about right. Maybe they go as high as 100. Maybe they bake in tariffs. And they make it like in that 50 to 75 range. Very limited. Yeah. And they don't reprint it. It's a one and done. That's Dragon Lord, guys. So what did the... let me just review this. I'm very interested in this discussion. We're going to have... All right, so that's going to be the topic of our... Well, maybe he did okay. He didn't do too bad. That'll be the topic of our after talk. Let me know in the chat what the VIP Double Masters consisted of card-wise. How was it designed? How many cards per pack? What were the hits? Were they reprints with alternate arts, or were they new cards? Were they thematic, or were they just kind of like a random... Was it a mini set, or was it a larger set? Shit. Really high value reprints and special borderless printings? Okay. So you're saying it was reprints of high-end cards? So like strong, powerful, popular cards with different artwork, I assume? Not just or was it a reprint with the same artwork and a different set symbol? Very overpowered cards. That's very interesting. So we got... I'm an old man, guys. I yawn a lot. I don't sleep much. All right. Got 3 elites. 2 mixes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. About what you'd expect. 10 foils. 2 mixes. All right. We're going to pivot to the after show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Collector Arthouse State of the Market podcast, after party, after show, where we talk about the current state of Sorcery Contested Realm, State of the Realm. We're talking about the Dragon Lord mini set by artist Ed Bear Jr., the magnum opus of the career, the life and career, the work, the lore, the stories of the dragons of the great Ed Bear Jr. There might be a Playmat presentation segment. I'm not going to lie. We got a slideshow for that. But now, first we must talk about the Dragon Lord. The Dragon Lord mini set is a 13 card set. 13 functionally unique cards. What do people think this term means? Functionally unique. That means every card in the set is functionally unique. It functions in a unique way, right? So when that term is used, my presumption is that it is a term that's being used relative to the other sets in Sorcery Contested Realm. So at the time of this recording, or live streaming, or recording, if I cut it, we have Alpha, Beta. Beta, essentially a reprint of Alpha with different elemental avatars. Replacement alternate art for the Frank Frazetta, iconic Frank Frazetta cards from Alpha and Beta, but largely a reprint of Alpha. And then we had Arthurian Legends. And it's been, what now? We're in May of 2025. It's been about 7 months or so until Arthurian Legends came out. And we just received an announcement of the Dragonlord mini set by Ed Bear Jr. And the Dragonlord mini set has 13 functionally unique cards. It is a box, comes in a box packaging. A ridiculously retro box packaging, in Eric's words. And in that box, you're going to get 13 cards, all 13 of the cards of the mini set in non-foil. And then there's going to be a 14th card that is going to be a random foil card. How random, we don't know. We would expect that there would be some pull rate probability of the various dragons. We assume that it will be one of the 13 dragons that you get in foil. We have no idea what the pull rates will be, if some will be harder to get than others. But they'll be, we got to comment in the chat here that functionally unique means they won't be reskins of existing cards, meaning alternate arts of existing cards from the core sets, Alpha, Beta, Arthurian Legends. Right. Because they're functionally unique. So they will be new cards with new game mechanics. All right? So with that, we don't know the power level. We were having a conversation about the VIP Masters from Magic the Gathering, sold at a price point of about $200 to $250 for 4 packs. So if you break that down on a per pack basis, you're talking about $50 per pack, right? Maybe a little more. Now they sell for about $150 per pack, so they about tripled in value. It's been several years, right? We're talking 2018 to 2020 time frame. Let's call it 5 years ago or so. And they tripled in value. It was a one single time print, but it was powerful cards from the game, not functionally unique cards. So it's a different beast. It's a different beast on the level of gameplay relevancy. But on a level of collectability, scarcity, print run, we might expect something comparable. I think we're anticipating that the Dragonlord mini set will be printed one time. It'll be very limited. Chris says, Ed told me they will all be functionally playable with existing cards. Yes. So I had Ed Bear Jr. on the show Tuesday. The announcement for the Dragonlord mini set happened on Tuesday, April 29th. That same night, the very same night, I came on live with Ed Bear Jr. to get the scoop, all the details on everything that was announced for the Dragonlord mini set. And Ed told us all about the history, the lore, the flavor of these cards, and how there was some back and forth with Eric to figure out how the cards will fit into the existing cards of the game. So the company then followed up and said they will be functionally unique, but you can tell there were 3 spoiler cards, right? And there will be mechanics that obviously work with the core cards in the game, so this will be a playable set. What we don't know is all the details on how it'll be distributed, how much will be distributed. They may never tell us what the print run size is. I think we will just infer from availability of the product. but the company never declares the print run size, or never has since alpha. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this is approached. I think Ed called it a premium set. I think he did say that it would be limited. So premium implies price. We can't guess at secondary market value. I don't think that was his point. I think he was talking about the price point of the product itself. It won't be super inexpensive or cheap to acquire. And we really don't know the distribution strategy of where it'll be available and how it'll be sold and distributed. What Ed did say is that he would be getting a portion of the print run. I don't think he said, or I don't know if he knows. He probably knows, but I don't think he said how much he would get. But he did talk about how his offer directly from him would be some kind of special offering that perhaps has signatures. He talked about some kind of like art card, like a sketch card that he would include with his offer. So he's going to have like a similar but differentiated product. So that's another interesting wrinkle in all this. So we don't know if it's going to be distributed through Team Covenant or through classic distribution. We don't know the price point. We don't know where we're going to buy. We don't know how much is going to be printed and made available. So a lot of interesting dynamics. It's basically impossible with all those unknowns to really speculate on supply and demand. You'd have to make some assumptions. And all we have to go off of is that Ed called it premium. He called it limited, I believe. The announcement didn't really have a lot of those specifics. So here we are again guessing. They did tease today that there will be some kind of announcement upcoming. So maybe in the coming week, they tease something about Kairos, the Archivist. So perhaps it'll be another card reveal, which will give us a little more insight into the play dynamics. But I do not know if we can expect any information on distribution. Sounds like it'll be first available at Gen Con, and then I believe they said it would be available after that. So we'll see. Yeah, so Ed offered his collectible coins. We did 2 giveaways on the live portion of the show earlier today. And we had a winner from the contest that was run at the Sorcery Community Facebook group, and another winner from the Collector Arthouse Patreon. 2 different winners. 2 very well-known guys in the community that actually go to a lot of events, participate and or host events. So congratulations to you guys. Great win. Great win. We're going to be doing a lot of giveaways on the show. We're going to have giveaways for Collector Arthouse Patreon supporters. And we're going to have giveaways most likely for people in the Sorcery Community Facebook group. Maybe at times the Collector Arthouse Discord as well. But I really want to promote the community group because it is the largest community group that really brings all interest categories together from all over the world. It's not really segmented or fractured or divided by interest categories. Certainly has a lot of art and historic item collectability flavor because I am very active in that, and that is my area of expertise, so to speak. But I encourage game players to also please participate, I try to encourage that and, have certain kind of like promotions, giveaways, engagement type posts to try to get players to be more active. So, Kyle, Lord of Itza. Brendan. Turkey guy. Bruce. Roaring Turkey. Is it Roaring Turkey? Roasted Turkey. Roaring Turkey sounds right. All these guys, the players. Bruce. The explorers. Come on in there. Let's talk about gameplay. It is cool, though, that when people ask a question, it's met with an immediate answer. There's a lot of people that are both collectors and players, art enthusiasts and players. So there's a mix of interests, and we get all types in there. What if they partner? Oh, we're talking gameplay. What if they are partner avatars you cast from the sideboard? Well, The only avatar I think we expect is the Dragon Lord itself, which was revealed, right? I don't know. Did they or did they not say that there'd be more avatars? I don't know. I think like speculating on how it affects the gameplay is tricky. I think like every aspect, the collectability, investability, value, how it affects the state of gameplay, there's just too many unknowns to really even speculate. It would be predicated on wild guesses and assumptions. There's just not enough information there. Oh, they did not say if there would be more than one avatar or not. Yeah, I would agree. I would only expect one avatar and then some dragons for support. As we talked about in the Discord, they're not all dragons. So the question is there enough dragons for it to be viable with dragon synergy at this point? Or is that going to take Gothic and or future sets? I mean, because there are some dragons, East-West Dragon, Ancient Dragon. There's some dragons in Alpha and Beta, right? Wyvern to some. But it's kind of interesting in that regard, right? Because you have a lot of cards like that that are. I mean, Eric would even say in the early days, a card like Keythera Mechanism has a very interesting mechanic where you determine the outcome of a random effect, right? But he said, like early on, that card's going to have fairly limited use case. However, over time, when you introduce more cards with random mechanics or dice roll type mechanics, that card becomes more and more powerful, right? Or more useful. More combos emerge, higher probability of drawing into cards that combo with it. So these things kind of scale, right? And Dragons is being introduced as a class that scales. I think in Arthurian Legends, we got a lot of beasts. So they're kind of experimenting with proliferating some of these types or classes. Oh, Kalki Dragonettes is the only one used. So it is pretty limited, right? So we need more dragons for them to be useful. So we'll see if the Dragon Lord mini set is enough to make that viable, or if that is, going to take a few more sets to play out. Let me see here. Let's take some questions from the chat. What kind of topics and themes do you guys want to talk about? Wonder if future sets will have reprints of cards from the older sets. Magic does this all the time. We don't have a reserve list. No. Sorcery did not say if they intend to have a reserve list or not. The only comments we had on that was very early on in the Discord. Eric said he is very familiar with the reserve list from his days in playing collecting Magic and the pros and cons and impacts that has on a TCG. But he did not really tip his hand to his philosophy for how he may or may not leverage that. So we don't really know. There are a lot of signs that they could have reskinned cards, as people call it, alternate art, so to speak. There's a lot of art that was commissioned pre-alpha that has still not been used in the game. Some of that art has been repurposed for dust promos or regular promos and things. Let me see. There was a recent example. We had the Common Cottagers from Margaret Organ Keen is a card that was introduced in Arthurian Legends. It's a small body minion. I think, what was it? 2 to cast, 2 toughness, and I think it yields like 1 earth threshold, I want to say. It's in Arthurian Legends, and we saw a Dust promo card at SorceryCon 2024 in Las Vegas in the presentation from the company of a Common Cottagers with artwork from Andrea Modesti, which is a Dust Store promo. That's what we're expecting to see. So, I mean, that's the only proven philosophy we have, that there will be reskinned cards, alternate art cards introduced into the game with different artwork. We also saw that, as I mentioned earlier, with the Frazetta cards in Alpha replaced by the new art from the likes of Drew Tucker, Brian Smith, Jeff Menges, when Beta came out and the Frazetta artworks were retired. So, yeah, it's quite possible. some comments in the chat here that it's way too early for revised. I did find a screenshot from it was like an old post I had where um, it was a slideshow presentation in a YouTube video that Simon did. And he was talking about he addressed like the beta reprint. And in that presentation, he talked about how it is too soon, I think was the phrasing, for a revised set. So that implies that there is talk or discussion or thoughts of potentially having a revised set at some time, at some point in the future. When we had revised for Magic the Gathering, it's kind of followed a certain similar lineage, right? Like our product roadmap, so to speak. Roadmap. Roadmap's a buzzword these days. But you had alpha, you had beta. Sorcery did not do an unlimited. I think this was the question I got for this discussion, the after break discussion, of why did they continue to reprint beta rather than go to an unlimited? And it's a good, fair question. I mean, this could be a thing where they had, again, speculating, not knowing the ins and outs of how this works exactly, but economies of scale we talked about, right? The more you print, the cheaper the unit cost is, the higher your profit margin is on the product. So if they printed a lot of beta, and it was the same beta, same print sheet, same print files, same everything, it drives your cost down. So if they had multiple prints of the same beta, it's easier to do. It's more consistent, although we've seen color saturation difference, color quality, color tones. We don't know if that was intentional with Eric experimenting or if that's just variance from the printer, which is something that can happen and does happen. I talked to Ed Beard Jr. a lot about this, and he said, yeah, that absolutely can happen and does happen. If they have a reference uncut sheet, or most printers, if you give them the color values that you want printed, they can match that pretty regularly. Or if they have like a reference uncut sheet and or product, just send them cards. They a quality printer can replicate that. So unless like due diligence wasn't done and they didn't have that product, they might have disposed of the sheets, or they didn't have product to replicate, and maybe they just hit the reprint button on the same files. You can get print variance pretty significantly. Others think that maybe Eric's trying to tune the cards to his liking, and maybe that'll influence future prints, future sets of Gothic, Dragonlord and beyond. So kind of unknown, but I guess the point being is, if they switch, let's say they, instead of like reprinting beta, maybe you lose those economy of scale costs, and you end up with printing unlimited with a, sorcery, they went from black border to white border. In Magic, they went from black border to white border. In Sorcery, I don't know if they do borders. That's pretty extreme because they like that art going to the edge. I think that was a big deal for Eric that he talked about in the early days. How he really likes that and fully showcases the artwork. So I don't know that they'd compromise on that. But even if you change like the set symbol, right, then you're talking about a material change to the print file, what you're going to print on the card. So maybe that could change cost. Maybe that's why. I don't know. You certainly think that from a collectability standpoint, if they went from alpha, 29,000 boxes, then printed beta in just one or two waves, if they decided they needed more, it does seem like an interesting, good solution that perhaps you change the set symbol or something, right? To differentiate it from the beta product, which makes beta more finite and just kind of sustains consumer confidence in the print run. And you don't have the exact same replica product diluting supply and ultimately affecting demand if it shakes market confidence. So will be interesting to see. I think people are a little on edge about beta. There's been multiple waves at this point. The valuations have kind of retraced fairly significantly. Revise is a different beast because now you're talking about perhaps adding or removing cards, maybe even changing the mechanics on some cards, perhaps introducing alternate art. It's almost like a substantially different product. I think it would be substantially differentiated from alpha and beta in some meaningful way, where it would indicate the end of beta print run, but the end of a print run doesn't necessarily restore value in an older product. I mean, you could look at some of the stuff that happened in Flesh and Blood, where things were grossly overprinted early on with Unlimited, even first edition with Monarch, but even Unlimited, WTR, and Arcane Rising. You know, those things didn't really recover, right? They're pretty low valuation. There's a ton of product out there. And Tales of Aria. I mean, those sets, Everfest, they never recovered, right? If there's too much supply, even with a lot of growth, sometimes you never grow into it. So brings an interesting point with Arthurian Legends, with which people are now thinking was very heavily printed, and why? You know, like they just want it to be out there for a while. I mean, there's inherent collectability in the Knights, the Gilded Knights. The foils are still rare, hard to pull, even with a high print run. If there is a high print run, if there's merit to that theory. But it's like a draft set, right? So maybe they just wanted a lot of supply to be out there for play purposes in the anticipation of growth of the set and just longevity of making that product available, since there was such egregious short supply of sealed product of beta. It was really hard to sustain events and LGSs and support events that needed that product to host an event. You know, you need a lot of product to host an event if you're going to have a sealed format. So, you know, that was problematic. Maybe they said, we'll go for the economies of scale, reduce cost for Arthurian Legends, and make this product sustainable and readily available longer, since it is a draft set. People need the sealed product. They can go buy the singles and play constructed, but for a set that was specifically designed for limited draft format play, you need sealed product to do that, right? So I think that lends credence to the theory that they probably printed substantially more than beta, with the idea that that would be available through distribution much more consistently, readily, and longer than the beta release. That is my theory on why it was likely printed like it was, and likely substantially higher than the prior sets. Let me see. Yeah. So there's some comments about, I think the beta set was small. So people lose interest. Pricing. What other topics or questions you guys have? I think in the last episode, we talked quite a bit about product positioning for alpha, beta, and Arthurian Legends. Didn't really want to go down on that tangent. We talked about Dragonlord mini set a bit today, because that is the next product release we can look forward to coming up in Gen Con in August. And I don't know. Some people think Gothic is coming soon after. And it may or may not be. As I said, it's now May 3rd, because it's after the stroke of midnight. But the stream started on May 2nd. And that is when the hefty tariffs with China went into place. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. I mean, it could be that it's going to eat the tariffs, or do some kind of workaround strategy where they ship to another country and then import into the U.S. market. I suppose they can distribute directly to Europe from China and avoid those tariffs. The tariffs are really an import to the U.S. issue. That is the big challenge. So maybe they're just going to eat it on Dragonlord to make sure that they can stick to the timeline. I'm sure this debut with Ed Bear Jr. for Gen Con is something that's been in the works for a while, and they probably just wanted to stick to that. You know, it's an important part of the inherent marketing strategy, because Ed is a showman. He's a great marketer for his product, for the game. It's a great voice for the game, really. So having him at Gen Con will really elevate the vibe of Gen Con this year. I think it'll be a big deal. Smart inviting Ed to come out there. He hasn't been out there in so long, and he's just a big personality. So I think that'll be great for the game to look forward to towards the end of this summer. And hopefully a catalyst to build some momentum, some new awareness, bringing new people into the game, which perhaps could create a resurgence in alpha, beta, Arthurian Legends in time. As people learn the game and they want to get into the draft format of Arthurian Legends, and then create that bow wave of anticipation, excitement, and momentum going into Gothic. Yeah, so you guys are talking about the timing of Gothic. Something will be Q4. You think it'll be a big problem if it doesn't come out in 2025. Predictions on where the next Sorcery Con might take place. Well, since I'm on the planning committee for Sorcery Con, I'm not in a position to make predictions. I can tell you, as one of the organizers of Sorcery Con, that we're looking to do it at a different venue. So we're looking at alternatives. So not Las Vegas again. Las Vegas was amazing. It was totally fitting for the first major main event Sorcery Con. Sorcery Con started in Seattle first, and then we wanted to go to Vegas. Like the big main Sorcery Con, we knew was going to be a really big deal. And in the early days, it was a small team. It was David and Alex predominantly that started Sorcery Con Seattle. They brought in Drew Holmes, who then brought me in. Actually, Drew brought me into that. He said, we got to get Mike. Mike is the artist liaison. He could really help with promotion and with getting artists. And I think I did my part. I got really proud of the fact I got 14 artists out there, including exciting new artists like Sam McKinnon, who was just announced, Heidi Talifer, who was just announced, new to the game, Dustin Broussard, who is not in Sorcery, but he's an altarist that I introduced to Sorcery fans that has been tremendously successful and very popular in the Sorcery community, sold a ton of paintings at Sorcery Con, so people love his stuff. Yeah, it was a great artist turnout. It was a great experience. We got hundreds of people there. I think we had about 400 people. But that was Vegas, right? It was, we wanted to make a big splash, a statement type convention and event that brought out people from all over the world. We had people come from Europe, guys we know from the Discord, from the Facebook community group. They were all there, man. It was a big, big, big event. All the artists, collectors, and fans, they brought in their fan base from Magic. A lot of the old school Magic guys were there. We had Two-Headed Dragon showing off their new game format there. They had a booth. It was just awesome, man. Ed Bear Jr. made a special appearance the one night as part of the slideshow presentation. We got some of the initial information on Dragonlord mini set there. So we made our mark in Vegas. It did what it was intended to do. It helped us get a lot of artists out there, a lot of people from all over the world, because it's such a big, big, exciting venue. Dan Seagrave came at the last minute. I mean, it was huge, man. So many legends were there. It was absolutely incredible. But this time we want to... So that was more, I would say, like West Coast-ish, right? We had a lot of West Coasters there. We had Europeans there. Even from Europe, man. It's a hard trip to come out to the West Coast. So we'd like to do something more central, East Coast-ish, maybe. Probably not like on the East Coast, but we're looking at options for sure. I think there were some suggestions in the chat here. Sloofus could be a place. Sloofus is a place on Earth, I hear. We got to vote for Nashville. Nashville's a consideration, man. We're thinking about Nashville. Indy, I don't know. Isn't it, you got Gen Con there. You got other events. Nice to, those people, are they going to go to multiple events? Maybe, maybe not. Denver, I don't know. The Mile High City. Nashville has your vote. Nashville's pretty exciting. I've never been there, but it seems cool. Detroit, because we got a lot of action going on in Detroit already. Coastal communities, you're right. They have good food, good atmosphere, nice vacation destination. California, Texas. I don't know, man. March of the Immortals was down there a few years back. I don't. Is that happening again? I'm not sure. Now that Drew's with the company, it's busy planning the new sorcery tournament scene. Well, come back to Seattle. Yeah, we're having Dan's right. Unland is in Seattle, so June 6th through 8th, we're gonna have the Unland Cup Sorcery Con. So just to clarify, the Sorcery Con Unland Cup is planned, organized by the same crew at Sorcery Con. Alex, David, myself, Carter. Um, so I got Brian Wackwitz to come, and Brian Smith was the latest to be announced. It's smaller scale than main event Sorcery Con. We're not expecting 400 people, but we'd love to have 120-ish. 128, I think, is ideal tournament sizing. So yeah, so last time Eric's Curioso was involved in Sorcery Con, certainly. They were supportive, they were helpful. Um, they came to it, a bunch of them. It was awesome. Eric Olofsson came, that was a really big deal. Simon, Chase, Drew. Was that it? Those are the people from Sorcery Con. I mean, Team Covenant came out, did a lot of footage coverage, interviews with Eric and others. A lot of content creators were there. 15 artists, freaking amazing, unbelievable. I mean, just imagine that. Like, you have one set out, one set, and then Arthurian Legends, the second set had just come out, and we had 15 artists there already. It's really incredible. It was a big deal. A lot of players came out all over the world. So yeah, EC was involved. I certainly expect they will be again for the next Sorcery Con. We'll have to see on the timing where it fits, where it slots in, and how close it is to their tournament event plans. But yeah, hopefully same crew would come out. It'd be nice to get Jesse out too. Actually, he's got a long trip, but he might be able to make it happen. That'd be cool. We had Eric come out. He had a long trip. Yeah. Yeah, I go hard, Joe. I go hard. You left. You went out to dinner. You just came back, and you're still streaming. I'm a marathoner. You know I work hard, buddy. I work hard. I put on for my city every time. We're under 3 hours. We're just getting warmed up. I got a slideshow for you, Joe, if you're interested. Slideshow. Might give you a personal presentation after. We'll see. I don't know if we'll have enough time. I don't know. Yeah, so you need to meet Drew Tucker. Drew Tucker did not come last year because it was... There was a tournament out. I think it was largely Magic focused. I don't think they had integrated Sorcery, if I remember correctly. But he had a Magic event in Europe the same day. Ooh, Vasily. Vasily would be impressive. I need to check. Like, it gets pretty tricky with artists coming from other countries. Like, to get a travel visa is not trivial. All countries operate differently in that regard. So it's easier for some, harder for others. Marta. Yeah, I always invite Marta, and she's always like very enthusiastic. Like, oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I can. But I don't know, man. I think she's like a little shy or something. Like when the rubber hits the road, it's just just seems a little uncomfortable, or something comes up. It's difficult. But that'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to see Vasily. I'd love to see Marta. Those would be huge gets. Of course, I'd love to see Severin and Vincent Pompetti. I think they were also very, very interested in coming last year, but they were invited to Spiel Essen kind of at the last minute. So, and they were so close together that it just wasn't practical and possible. Lindsay. Lindsay really wanted to come last year. She had something going on. I think she had planned to initially. Didn't work out. Couldn't happen. Atlas Thorn was a real possible contender for last year. Definitely wants to come this year. The thing is, if it happens towards the end of this year, some people cannot make it. If it comes first quarter next year, higher probability. I think my buddy Atlas Thorne is in that boat. If we end up doing it first quarter 2026, we might get Atlas. Yeah, Rodney Matthews was actually pretty interested at one point. Ultimately could not do it. He's an extremely busy guy. Love Rodney. He's a great guy. Yeah, it'd be great to meet Atlas. Severn, like I said, her and Vincent Pompetti really wanted to come last year. I think they really want to come to the next one. So I will definitely be leaning on them. I'll be like, come on, guys. You are the gods of sorcery. Please, make it happen. Yeah. All right, guys. It's been a long episode. It's been a fun one now. Appreciate everybody tuning in. There was breaking news on the Dragonlord mini set. Same day, Ed Bear Jr. comes live on Collector Arthouse YouTube. There's more news being teased for this coming week. If it happens, perhaps I can snag Ed again, and we'll get all the latest from Ed, man. He's greatest showman, Ed Bear Jr. So maybe you'll see me live again throughout the week. What did we do, guys? Last week we did a sample pack break. This week we did a 2 alpha box break. We saw this thing right here. Coming this week to the Sorcery Contested Realm Community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. Always in the show notes. Make sure you like, subscribe, join. Look for my link tree in the show notes. Please join the Patreon. Support the channel. Please join the community group. Free. Enjoy the collectorarthouse.com website. A lot of great content and information. The only community website that exists for sorcery, and it's loaded with amazing information. It's a great reference. There's a lot of behind the art feature articles, so many artworks, so many artist collaborations, and articles, full art images, wealth of information. The auctions happen in the Sorcery Community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. You get a shot at original paintings. We've had an insane marathon going on for months now at this point? Every week, an original painting. Sometimes alpha, sometimes Arthurian Legends. But we run an original painting. This week, we have the dual site Ruins from Dan Seagrave. And I put it back there, but we have the Lance from Vincent Pompetti from Arthurian Legends. The Lance token. Beautiful artwork. So it's a big week. This weekend, we have a banger from Mr. Brian Smith, the Devil's Egg Pop 29 Artist Proof with the debt dealer on his pile of corpse victims. We just had the Elvira Palakowska Gothic Windmill. Closed tonight. Every single day, we have an altar or an artist proof throughout the week. The paintings run for a week. So we'll have the painting of the Ruins this week, Sunday to Friday. Sunday to Friday. And then midweek or so, we'll call it Wednesday probably to Sunday, The Lance by Vincent Pompetti. We'll look to do another sample pack break sooner or later here. Here's a few from last week that I didn't send out yet. Big hitter was the Body Swap. Elite, extremely rare. Santiago Caruso. Body Swap. They changed the name for the final alpha print. One of the many changes. A lot going on, guys. A lot going on. What else do we have just sitting around here? We showcased the Eric's Curiosa collection. on some recent lives. These are not your average non-foil Eric's Curiosas, guys. These are like Pop 1, Pop 2, Pop 3 type things. Absolutely insane. Artist proof. Curio. We did hit the trill. All right, we're wrapping up. It was a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for your support. Playmat news coming. Have a good night, and we'll probably see you sometime soon. All right, take care. See ya.